What's going on, everyone? This week, nerds sit in a lounge room and get edged, unstuck stickers, and Keelan's been adding sausages to his meals. What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode 135 of the Still on the Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage this week. What's going on, Keelan?
Hello, I'd like to start by officially addressing the allegations. I have indeed been adding sausages to meals.
Now, apologies for the laughs. Keelan said the sentence 2 minutes ago. I've been adding sausages to all my meals, and it just had both of us in tears instantly. So we decided now would be a good point to start the show. We put a quick fork in that statement, and we're now going to uncase it real quick to start the show off for everyone's listening pleasure.
So, for some background, I just finished my Pepsi, which of course had the effect of making me have a little burp, and I said that was gross.
Mm-hmm.
And then to explain why it was gross, I wanted to explain that I had sausage, but then
that makes a lot more sense.
As soon as I said the sentence out loud, I've been adding sausages to my meals. We both heard the absurdity and started crying.
I almost guarantee that's a sentence no one's ever said before in the history of man.
It has to be a first-time thing. Added context, this leads into another thing for us going on. We played the Lord of the Rings Journeys to Middle-earth game on the weekend again.
By the way, I ate way too many sausages that day too. I didn't eat dinner because I was full of sausage.
I had a lot of sausages as well. And there was still a packet left over, and I had already defrosted them, which is why I've been adding them to things.
I see.
Because I cooked them before they expired and then was like, oh, well, I'm already having food. I'm not one of those people that just walk into the fridge and eat a cold sausage anymore. I'm past that point in my life.
Yeah. Sure. I think you'll circle back to it, though. Just give it a few years.
It's a bit of a crisis kind of thing,
yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. Just grabbing a meat stick out of the fridge and...
It's cyclical.
Yeah. Just like fashion.
Yeah, a slippery but firm meat stick.
Yeah.
Straight out of the fridge.
Don't get me wrong. I'm okay with a room temp meat stick, like a salami stick.
Sure.
The idea of eating a fridge cold meat stick does not excite me in the least.
I see.
Yeah.
So to clarify, you haven't been like, at work, I'll pop downstairs for a morning coffee and grab a chocolate croissant, and can I add 2 sausages to that as well?
No,
that's not what's been happening.
Don't walk into the cafe and ask for a pain au chocolat and sausage.
Just a slice of banana bread, thanks. And can I just get a couple pork sausages on the side?
But no butter, thank you.
Yeah. A sweet and savoury sausage sizzle, if you will. Sausage sizzle with banana bread.
If you bring banana bread on this Saturday, I will supply the sausage.
We can make it happen.
Sweet.
And savoury.
But yeah, there's all the context you need. I added it to ramen the other day.
That seems like it would work.
Yeah. It was a tonkotsu broth. It was a pork broth already, and it was pork sausage. So it worked out so well.
And did you just put it in as sausage in the ramen, or did you cut it up?
No, I cut it up into bite-sized pieces. You psycho!
You just grabbing it out with the chopsticks and like gnawing the end off, and then dropping it back into ramen.
No, that's unhinged. They were thick sausages too. I think I would end up the chopstick force not being great enough, and I would lose control of the sauce.
Yeah.
And it would fall into the scalding hot
back into the broth. Yeah.
And go all over my crotch.
Yeah.
Because I was eating that ramen in bed watching TV.
Oh, of course.
So,
in my mind, I'm just going to keep it that it was whole as one, and it'd be like,
that's fine.
Seeing a Snickers float around in a pool sort of thing.
Oh. That's an image.
But yeah, a full snag, just bobbing under the surface of coloured broth.
That's the thing about sausages; they're not, they don't have the iceberg effect when they're in there too. They're kind of, you see plenty of it. You don't lose 2/3 to 3/4 of it under the surface.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough.
It's a pretty ominous float.
Yeah.
No, not just the tip of the snag. No.
Yeah. More like a U-boat than a submarine.
Yeah. A little bit bent though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. To be fair, most of the H-men soldiers were on a bit of a bender, so it checks out.
Too good. H-mans. Fucking hell.
I don't want to get demonetized instantly.
Oh, I thought you were on nickname base with A-Dog.
No.
You're not going to call him A-Dog, are you? Because
you could, but it's a bit more casual, I feel.
Yeah. But yeah, so we had sausages because we were playing the Lord of the Rings board game, which is, God's gift to humanity, potentially.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think the best part of it is that 8 hours went... I don't remember the 8 hours passing, but they passed.
They did.
And that could be due to the game, but we were also TikTok brain, watching the Suns Crows game at the same time as playing the game. So, and both of those take considerable concentration when you're interested in both of them.
Don't skip ahead. There was a lot of concentration needed for the end of the Suns game.
Yeah, don't skip ahead. But once the Lions game came on, I was a lot less distracted.
Straight back into the never-ending. Time is nothing but a concept.
Yep.
Yeah, I only had a concept of time when the footy was on.
Correct.
Otherwise, you're just in Middle Earth.
Yeah. Well, we were in Middle Earth, but the Suns game was on the telly.
As a wizard, I can make things happen like that. So
yeah, exactly. But no, it was delightful. But time flew, and then I was just mentally spent at the end of it.
And then, what is the final boss? Appeared.
Yep.
For what? 2 missions? Or 1?
Yeah.
At least 1. I think it was 2. It appeared at the end of 1. We scared it off.
Yep.
It appeared again. It added a fight mechanic.
Yes, correct.
With some priority target thing. And then we aced that. And it was like, ha ha ha. There is but another final mission.
Yeah.
And by that point, it was time to stop. So I've been on edge since Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. See what I mean? Time is but a concept.
Yes.
No idea when we played.
Saturday.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. It did appear. It's going to be on all 3 versions of possible maps because it was on double battle map, and then it was on single battle map.
The never seen before single battle map.
Yeah.
Which for those who haven't played, the map is essentially it would be a 3 equal tile map, but every one around the outside is essentially 2 tiles long. So in one move action, you can get anywhere on a single battle map tile.
Yep.
So there was like nowhere to go. So here we are thinking, oh, we're probably all going to take a lot of damage and get real fucked up. But no, we're just too good.
It was... Should I jinx it and say kind of easy? Both
it was
times?
kind of easy.
A bit like the Balrog.
First one was easy because the Balrog was easy because it was
I know he kept
running
back,
away from it.
but yeah, that's true. But we did also like have to punch him a few times.
I think we killed him like 3 times for the memes, to be
We
fair.
did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Once we figured out it wasn't that hard,
Yeah.
we did it a few more times. But yes, the finale will be on a journey map, which will be, I imagine, maybe not.
I think it'll be harder for sure.
I don't think it'll be enormous, though.
No, but also, well, obviously, the majority of people listening haven't played. Zach is now an expert.
Yeah.
Really
Dan's just going to skip through this.
Yeah, Dan, give us another 45 to 50 minutes to talk about this if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think journey map will be harder because there'll be more stuff spawning.
Yeah, and
I think it'll go sudden death now too.
Sudden death.
Oh, it doesn't really matter because it's final map anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be all darkness.
Pretty likely.
Because
we're in for a treat.
Outside it. If it's not all darkness, it'll be like 80% darkness, I reckon. But I think it'll be all darkness.
I'll be interested to see because obviously I think we're going to have to kill the thing. But then, do we escape? Or does it just end? I feel like the last campaign we did, I think the final thing was to escape.
I reckon you'll like kill the thing and then it'll like, freak out and knock down the supporting pillars of the cave or whatever, and then you'll have to escape.
That'd be pretty cinematic. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I know the Balrog wasn't the final boss, but that's what happened there.
Yeah. And, Balrog kind of big dick energy.
Yeah. So
we shall see. Tune in next week when we finalise our campaign.
Yep. Correct. Very good. What else has been going on?
What else did you do this week?
I actually did some mowing because it didn't rain for a couple of days and it's raining again. So I've done all the mowing I can at this point. I got a part that arrived from Poland finally to fix one of my mowers.
That's such a waste of time given that tomorrow morning at like 9 a.m. you're going to win the Robo Mow.
Yeah, I hope so. I know just the area I'll put it to. The most
down the very front?
No, the bit that's like right there next to the house that's hilly where the dam is. The most annoying bit to mow.
The
slopey
that
bit.
makes
Yeah.
Zach, when you're listening to this, you've just responded to me that you're on call, and I believe in you. You'll be there this Saturday. It's very important to the campaign.
Just bring your stuff, whatever that means.
We have the tallest person we know playing as the elf.
Yep.
Bring your car, obviously. Bring your work gear. If you have to dip, you have to dip. But it's 4 p.m, so hopefully
time to dip is over.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. Also for myself, I'm on call all weekend. So hopefully I don't get called during my festivities on Sunday either.
Fingers crossed.
But we shall see. I think we're going to do Storming the Therapy potentially next.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. You were before the show. You were showing me your Hawthorn membership pack that arrived in the mail. Very good, and some associated stickers. And I told a bold faced lie to you that said I haven't got any stickers. The Suns don't do them anymore, but I do. I have two, but they're just very large. So they're not the same vibe as the nice small membership stickers that you can stick in a water bottle or whatever. They're a bit too big for that. But I still have them over there, just sitting there on the side. With I think I have another 5 or 6 stickers in the stack with them, because I have the worry that I'll stick a sticker somewhere and then not like where it is. And what are you meant to do? You can't pull it off and re-stick it perfectly again. That's not how it works. It'll look weird. It'll stretch. So yeah, I usually have a bit of sticker anxiety around. I guess it's a commitment issue. But yeah, I don't know what to do. These ones are particularly big, but I also don't really want to put them on my car.
Yeah, I think
maybe I'd put them on a fridge or something.
I think you're experiencing both of the common types of sticker anxiety here. As a trained sticker professional, I can see where you're coming from. Obviously, sticking a sticker on your car is a big, bold play. Lots of people are going to see that.
Yep.
So that in itself creates anxiety around that. That sticker is going to be exposed to the weather. Is it going to hold up? Is it going to stay, ridgy-didge? Is it going to look good? Is it going to peel in 15 days? And then, of course, you got the classic sticker anxiety. What if I place this awfully rectangular sticker on a slight angle and fuck it up?
That's the big one.
At it.
That's the big one.
And the only piece of advice I have for that is just do it.
Just make that the style. Just put more over it. And it's fine.
Just you kind of forget that they're on a. I mean, this is my second sticker water bottle, and I've improved. Look how straight these are.
Pretty good.
This sticker's actually on an angle on its own. It's rhomboid in nature.
Yep.
But the rest of these are pretty straight. Just find a straight thing and line them up. You'll be fine.
I think that's maybe why I like a little bit smaller stickers too, because
easier to keep straight.
Yeah, you can put them. It's easier to keep straight, and you can put them on a larger surface, and it's not as noticeable if they're not straight, because there's not as much of them to look at.
They're also easier to collage.
Yes,
if they're smaller too.
Yeah, maybe I'll just stick one of them on the fridge. But I don't want to put two of them side by side in the same spot. Obviously, so what's the point of that? So maybe I'll just put one on the fridge and then.
Hello, sorry, I think I'm back.
Keep the other one forever.
Hello, sorry. Disappeared there for a moment.
Maybe I was saying maybe I'll put one on the fridge and then keep one forever, or I guess maybe I'll commit to the car for one of them.
That's a good move.
And then if it, maybe I could do a test, see how long it lasts, and then if it doesn't, then I'll just put it on the other one on the fridge.
As long as they're reasonably modern vinyl as well, it shouldn't leave too much residue.
Yeah.
And you'll know as soon as you peel it off the backing paper how likely it is to fuck your shit up, essentially.
Yeah. I think that's the like I wouldn't put it on paintwork. It would go on the window, obviously. But that's the trouble with having a ute, is you can't really see the back window very well. So it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, you don't want to put them on your paint, do you?
No, not really.
No. Unless it was a specific car grade thing you'd stick on, because then I suppose you'd have some sort of warranty if it damaged your shit.
Potentially.
I assume those little club badges people put on their cars have some sort of special adhesive.
I think so. Yeah, I believe so. I could put it like middle back window, because
You're not looking through it anyway, are you? So
Well, no, like the opening I have of my back window is about, as wide as my shoulders because of the headrests anyway.
true.
So, and the bottom section you can't see out of, really, because of the middle headrest. So I could just put it there and then, it can be seen by other people and not cause an issue. I don't know. We'll see. Or more likely what will happen is it'll just stay over there on the shelf in a pile with all the other stickers, and then curl up a little bit when it's really humid, and then uncurl a bit when it's a bit drier.
Science
in it.
Yeah. The 3D Chrome supporter emblems are $30 on aflfootyshop.com.au. No free ads except for these guys, I guess.
I have bought stuff from them before.
They say it comes with a 5-year indoor-outdoor guarantee as well. That's pretty not bad, that.
That is pretty good.
Top review for the Hawks one is, it couldn't let my Blues husband have one and not me. Ugh, just don't marry that, brother.
That seems like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
I got my son's high-vis shirts from that website.
Oh, of course.
I've got a number of things from there. I can't wait to filter down to the Suns and them not have any, because that's usually what happens with this website.
Oh, their new logo would be pretty not.
Nope.
Oh, there's 10 pages of merch for the Suns here.
They
Jeez Louise.
They don't have any car decals with the new stuff.
Would you buy a AFL team themed steering wheel cover and seatbelt comforter set?
Maybe.
No, I wouldn't. Just letting you know.
Ah.
Number plate surround sets though for $30 is actually not a bad shout.
That's not a bad shout.
Way cheaper than buying a personalised plate if you even can of AFL teams.
Some of them you can, or some places you can.
Fremantle Dockers air freshener. Hell yeah.
Oh, it smells like shit.
Last longer than their finals hopes.
Oh.
Zing.
Walking into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy much of this. I feel like you have to be pretty big supporter to buy.
Oh, the high-vis is still 70% off. Maybe I should get a third one.
You do mow a lot of lawn. But, like, how much of a footy fan do you have to be to get Hawthorn Hawks car floor mats?
Pretty big.
Yeah.
They've only got small 4X or 5XL left.
Is it gold or bitter?
Red, gold, and blue. It's a gold.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. Nice one.
Oh, the retro Hawks logo one. Oh, yeah, all right, I'll check out now. I don't own a car. No, I'm not going to do that. Weird thing to do. That might be the only car merch that's sensible, is buying these decals, I think.
Are you going to get a new car when you move, or are you just...
I don't know. Don't really need one, do I?
Living in a city with, half-decent public transport, so... it'll be fine.
Half decent, I think, is the descriptor.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go with great or anything like that. I'll happily lean on half decent though.
Or you can just, I assume they have rental scooters. You can just scoot around if need be.
I'm not sure if they have them in Parramatta. I don't think I've ever seen them tipped over in the river or anything like that, to be honest.
That makes sense. They probably don't.
Yeah. They do have a tram in Parramatta now, though.
Oh, well, there you go. Sorted.
I don't know where to get to. Other parts of Parramatta, I guess.
I suppose so.
I don't know why they thought that was... Didn't they drop the ball on the last one? Like the inner city tram in Sydney? I feel like everyone complained about that for a long time.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that tends to be how it goes with light rails in areas other than Melbourne. is that everyone just complains about them. Usually what happens.
Sydney light rail good? Question mark.
First Reddit result.
First, it is literally a Reddit result. Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked the first thing that wasn't sponsored. Between Central and Circular Quay, it's almost always standing room only. So I guess people are using it.
Oh.
There we go.
There you go. I guess, is that a positive for people using it? I would say so.
Not for me.
Not for you.
Because I don't like busy trains.
Yeah. Well, it's not a train, is it?
So shut the fuck up. Hear me out. More people would use all forms of public transport if they were 50 cents.
True.
Yeah.
True. And then you accidentally go too far and go to the airport and you get hit with $20 fee.
Yeah, but that's not TransLink's fault.
No.
That's your fault for being a dumbass and going to the airport.
Still cheaper than a cab or an Uber.
No, 100% cheaper than a cab or an Uber. Surprisingly, sometimes not cheaper than just parking at the airport.
No. No, not at all. Especially if you were going old fare prices from Gold Coast to Brisbane Airport.
Yeah, if you have to include the $10 worth of TransLink by itself.
You're looking at, maybe 35, but you've also probably got to get dropped off at the train station or risk parking there for a long time, and then sit on the train for an hour and a half. And then when you get back, sit on the train for an hour and a half and get picked up from there. As far as time commitment goes, just drive and pay for the parking. Get the shuttle over.
Maybe it's actually priced to scam the tourists.
You don't say.
Because they're going to have to get the train. Or rent a car.
Or get a cab. Yeah, either way. Probs. Probably.
Wow, we just cracked the airport economy.
Seems pretty simple.
Yeah.
Do you want to open an airport?
I was thinking about it the other day, actually. It can't be that hard.
You literally just need a long road.
Yep. Easy.
And a shed. Not
if
that
you go
expensive.
west enough, there'll be plenty of road.
Yeah.
In a straight line.
And I mean, out there, it's literally your sheds as well.
I mean, how do we
throw all the baggage on a cart and then you just wheel it in and leave it in the middle of the room? People just grab it.
Probably be faster too, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because some numpties there unloading it onto a conveyor belt, just fucking wheel it through, dog. We'll go nuts ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Cheaper on power.
Environmentally conscious.
Oh, air traffic control is just some dude in a CB radio looking up in the sky like...
Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah, mate, just fucking bring it down now, brother.
But yeah, that's probably the key thing, being an environmentally conscious airport.
Until you have to get a 4-hour Uber back to the Brisbane
back
CBD.
To wherever you're going, yeah. Also a bit of an oxymoron, environmentally conscious airport, given what they're powered by.
We're not an airline, not our problem.
I guess. But we're doing our bit by changing to LEDs.
I'm doing my part.
So it's fine.
I mean, like...
We're buying solar that is built from very, very rare earth metals that's mined out of the ground with diesel machinery. But...
yeah.
But it's solar. Like, we're doing our bit on the end.
Yeah, it's fine. You get a rebate or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how you know the government wants you to do it. Mm-hmm. They're fucking giving out free money, mate.
Something like that.
Yeah. I get enough ads for in your area. Bloody check the postcode, get us all a rebate.
Is that the modern day sexy singles in your area? Because it's everywhere, right? Like I get the same thing, obviously, different locality.
But yeah. Yours would say New South Wales instead of Queensland potentially.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Does your postcode start with 2400? My postcode starts with 2400. But I guess you're actually getting something out of it. Like you're obviously paying for it, but like
I don't know. Are they not a scam?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
If you have to pay for advertising in order to give people something for free, is that not seem dodgy?
Yeah, I think it's a bit like, people will drug your kids candy at Halloween time. It's like they're not going to give away drugs for free. like they've paid money for those, you know.
That's
so you're probably right.
The best impact of the cost of living crisis is that razor blades have gone up in price too. So no one's just fucking putting razor blades in Twinkies anymore.
No one's egging or TPing houses.
It's fucking neither of those two. Holy shit. Never even considered that during COVID Halloween.
Imagine trying to scrounge up $10 to $12 between you and your mates to go to local supermarket to get a dozen eggs to egg someone's house.
Well, to be fair,
like
if you're egging someone's house, I don't think you're buying free range.
Well, probably not, but so you got to scrounge up $7 instead. Like,
and you know you're going to get a snack while you're there, don't you? Like
that's now an upper class prank.
Wow.
And you're probably not going to get 80-cent 2-liter of soft drink to share amongst yourselves while you do it.
Doesn't
because
exist.
They don't exist anymore.
No. Have to pay for like $1.40 Diet Right lemon lime from Woolies.
Yeah.
Which sounds like I'm complaining, but it's actually a delicious beverage that tastes like the outside of a lemon lime splice. Like it's actually fucking goated.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah. And it's sugar free.
Right. But back to the point.
Sorry, yeah.
You're going to end up with a $15, $20 investment by the end of the evening, just for a night out. Like, what are we doing?
And at that point, like
you can't go to the footy because it costs, I don't know, $200 for your family to go.
Don't take the kids.
Then you have
leave
to
the kids at home. Set a good example. You can't yell at the umpire then.
Leave them $20 so then they can at least go
egg someone's house.
Egg and TP someone's house.
No TP. Don't be silly.
We'll leave them $40.
You know they're going to buy a
pack
of confectionery as well.
Yeah,
they're not just going to drink soft drink.
Exactly.
Teach your kids to shop the sales and prank appropriately.
I think this has gone too far. Federal elections coming up. Someone needs to campaign on life's become too expensive for semi-damaging pranks.
Yeah, life has become too expensive for mildly irritating pranks.
Yeah.
It's just like, imagine if you actually broke someone's window with an egg too. Oh, you're gonna make them foreclose their house at that point. Like they can't afford to fix.
Probably not. And
although they are profiting eggs.
Yeah, with a bit of luck, if it's broken the window but not the egg, they'll at least have $1.50 worth of egg.
There we go. You heard it here first. Boil your eggs before you go to someone's house.
Be a conscious prankster.
If you throw a hard-boiled egg at my house, I'll be mad because it's hard-boiled. I want fucking nice jammy centers, mate. Well, and while you're at it, soak them in some of that egg. Ramen mixture, the soy and rice wine that they put all the eggs in to make them all delicious for ramen.
Mm-hmm. And based on Keelan's recent diet, just lob a few snags in there too while you're at it.
Oh, it's a callback to the start of the episode.
It might actually be cheaper nowadays to
No.
snag someone's house instead of TP it. To throw a string of snags over someone's house instead of a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, but hear me out though. You'll get cancelled.
Why's that?
The animal died for that.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's find price per sausage.
A tree was cut down for toilet paper. Where do we draw the line?
Mostly sentient beings. I've just googled Woolworths, and the first thing that comes up is Walker's Monster Munch pickled onion.
Odd.
Estimated restock 24th of April 25. Are we getting Monster Munch? What?
So the first thing that comes up,
sorry,
is an English product that isn't in stock for 3 more weeks.
I over exaggerated a smidge. The third thing that comes up. The first is Dr. Pepper, an American product.
Great.
That costs $7.65 for 2 liters.
Mm-hmm.
Out of stock.
Jeez, they're good at advertising.
Because I don't have a delivery address, but I guess it's just out of stock, doesn't exist. And then Starburst, which I didn't think they even sold anymore. If I'm completely honest, I hadn't bought them in so long. This might be targeted advertising as well. Protein cheesecake.
It's targeted.
Thoughts?
Probably good. Probably
I had
good.
protein pies from FroPro the other day, actually. I should have given you the pie review. It was actually not bad. Would recommend. If you like spending maybe slightly too much money on a frozen pie. Calorie friendly, though.
I've bought 420s before.
No. What I said just... No. FroPro. They do have a cheese and bacon. Which was better than the plain, actually. So that's my official recommendation for the week is try them. Just give it a go.
Can't wait to go to my local IGA and pay $18 for 4.
Well, you have to consider that they're probably not even going to have FroPro products in stock.
Correct.
Sorry, I got distracted. Price of sausage. Best unit price. Hell yeah, that's what I need. Curried sausages, cooking sauce, $3.60. Damn it. Do you reckon pork sausage, chicken sausages are cheaper?
No.
What do you reckon?
No way.
Chicken might be. Oh yeah, market value, thin, 26 barbecue sausages. I reckon beef's something more expensive because they're the only ones they do a 26-pack in. 1.8 kilos you're getting for $6.39 a kilo. Oh, that's easier math. How much does one sausage weigh? What do you reckon? 69, but nice.
You're telling me one sausage weighs 69 grams?
Yeah, I shit you not. That's what fucking market value sausages says right here.
Very good. About, what do you reckon, 45 of that sawdust?
Conservatively.
Yeah.
So if we do 1,000 divided 69, that gets us 14.5 sausages per kilo. So if we divide 6.39 by 14.5, price per snag, 44 cents.
That's pretty not bad.
If we times that by 26, do we get the total price? We do with rounding. So we've done the math correctly.
Good.
There's no way eggs are 44 cents each.
No. It's way more cost effective to snag someone's house than egg it.
All right, cool. Eggs, 700 grams. Price per 100 grams is 84 cents. Egg weighs what?
Not 100 grams. Well, there's a dozen in there.
100 servings per pack, 6. Oh, about 50 grams. 50 grams. So you're looking... Ooh, it's close.
58 grams.
It's incredibly
dozen,
close.
700 grams.
Because it's almost half, right?
Yeah.
But it is, what did I say for the sausage? 44. It is marginally more cost effective to beef market sausage someone's house.
Yeah. And you get more in a pack.
It is more fun in a group too.
Mm-hmm.
26, conservatively, you could get, I don't know, 4 blokes throwing snacks.
And you could mix it up with different prank. Like you could put a few in the letterbox. You could, obviously throw a few, and then you could have a string of them like balanced above the front door. So when someone opens the door,
no, don't be silly. These sausages were never attached to each other.
I was going to say it. One's nailed at the top, and then the rest of them drop down.
Oh, that'd be so good.
You just got a string of snags in your face.
Well, the classic bucket of water falls off, except string of sausages.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I could get behind that. 507. Sorry, just quietly. I've noticed here that 507 people have reviewed macro large organic eggs.
What did they say? Eggy?
Tastes like egg. Healthy and great size and yummy. Healthy, and you can cook for any time of the day. That's from Mama Loves Food 2 weeks ago.
Healthy and great size. Review by bigegg.com.
I think they must be giving people like rewards points to leave reviews, because all of these are shocking. Great wholesome egg, great tasting eggs. Super duper egg-tastic. Awesome eggs. Very happy I received these, as I do go through them a lot. Oh, so he's leaving a review for the Woolies delivery at that point. Yeah, right. Thanks for giving me what I ordered, champion.
Yeah, it's like, great size. They all equal to be about 700 grams in total. It's like, yeah, that's what you bought. Like, what do you expect?
Oh, here we go. Donna82 said these are good eggs, but due to the price, you probably wouldn't use them in baking. Because you're not going to see the alleged taste benefit of buying organic eggs. I don't think that's the point. Anyway. Look, if you want nice tasting eggs, just fucking go say hi to your nearest crazy person that bought a bunch of chickens and doesn't know what to do with them.
Hi.
I think every group of friends needs an egg person.
Oh, definitely.
And
that
I
think would be the smart thing to do. And then one of the group of friends, be a fruit person, and one be a veggie person.
They can all be you.
And then to
Mum
make
was very
it easy,
thankful for the bananas, by the way. They're in the freezer ready for her morning smoothies.
Oh, cool. Good. And then, to make it easy, probably live in pretty close proximity to each other. Maybe even on the same sort of parcel of land.
Oh, hold on.
A community
very
of
communal.
Sorts. Yes.
Yeah. All right, who's growing the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, mushroom tea for breakfast instead of coffee or some bullshit. I just get more energy when I drink mushroom powder for breakfast. Fuck off, lad, eh? You're not better than me. I just think better. Oh, fucking how good's placebo, dog?
I just, I just get into that flow state after I have my ground up fungi juice in the morning.
In the way that it flows straight the fuck out of you. There's no way drinking mushroom juice sits well in anyone's guts.
No. Like even like, I did bulletproof coffee for a while, and you get used to it. But like it's no cappuccino. It's never good.
All these coffee equivalents are always like more effort, or they're at least one of these things, I should say.
Yeah.
More effort, more expensive, more wanky. It's just like have coffee or don't have coffee. Don't pick one of these other things.
And generally, of those three options, there's a fourth that's mandatory, and will give you an increased chance of shitting yourself.
Yeah. It's like, cool, congrats. Like, just fucking, just either annihilate 3 coffees a day or drink no coffee. I've done both, and after adjusting to no coffee, it's fine. You feel like a normal human being again.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, there's nothing better than then fucking getting back on coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's crack.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what? You know what the best bit of bulletproof coffee is, and I didn't even do like the full thing with the MCT oils and stuff. I just did with the grass-fed butter.
Mm-hmm. Is it your cholesterol levels, or
yeah, you start your day off with something that makes you shit, laced with something that makes you shit even more, like oil-laced black coffee. So you have no problems in that department.
It's like starting the day by eating KFC. Like, it's just
oh my god.
Like, it's or that old geezer on the internet, and fair play, he's old geezer, and the dude that cooks everything in lard.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's great.
Yeah, he's got like bacon cooking in like conservatively 3 centimeters of lard. Like it's
he's deep frying bacon in lard. Yeah. But
it's like, how are you still living? Like, you're the exception to the rule. You're the dude that's been smoking for fucking 90 years and doesn't have a problem, never has had a problem with his lungs.
Yeah. That I guarantee that guy doesn't have a creaky bone in his body, though, because he's so well lubricated.
Yeah, generally I think you'd hope your bones don't creak. I think it's your joints you're kind of worried about there, though, potentially.
Creak and crack under stress.
Not a physio.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, should we do the fucking show?
Yeah, let's do the show. What's it
Zach
been?
would be so happy that we've done a 45-minute waffle conservatively.
I've lost my mouse. Oh, it was well done.
It's under your hand.
Yeah. It 47 minutes. So we picked probably a good time for Dan to skip ahead.
Yeah, legitimately. But Dan missed all the waff then. Poor Daniel. Well, welcome back.
That's fine. Once I get the app working, I'll be able to fill him in with my waffling.
Oh, yeah.
Once I get some
Please don't put that down at Butcher of the Week. There seems to be a small team.
Once I get some sort of response of tech support, I don't know. Is there somewhere I can log your ticket for level 2 support?
You got to go through level 1 first.
But level 1's like never helpful.
No. As someone that sometimes has to deal with like other people's service desks, including like gaming companies, like gambling companies, and POS companies, which funnily enough does often stand for piece of shit. Level 1 support is literally the worst thing of all time.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, technically, I guess we've got it where I work because, you
have to.
There is a first port of call, but also none of us are level 1 level because you're hiring monkeys at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like their literal job is to send canned text emails.
Yeah.
And yeah, flick switches.
I've done a job on computers for a decade. I know my way through the level 1 steps. Thanks for asking.
Trust me, I have turned it off and on again.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised the amount of people that call me and I tell them to do that, though, but still.
Yeah. If that would have fixed my problem, I wouldn't be on the phone to IT help desk right now.
Yeah, please understand that my phone anxiety meant that I did everything I possibly could.
Oh, yeah. I've been through the help cards. I've looked at the My Self-Service portal instructions. I've done everything else for the past 45 minutes.
I've done all I can do to avoid this situation, and now I'm coming to you for help, sir. And what you've done is nothing, conservatively.
I don't want to be talking to you as much as you don't want to be talking to me.
Yeah.
We are,
one and the same. Handshake
one and
meme.
the same. IT people generally not the most sociable. Let's be honest.
Thanks for hitting the generally there. Appreciate it. There's stereotypes for a reason. It's because they're true. So let's get this conversation over with as quickly as possible, because we both don't want to be having this, but it's necessary. All right, let's do the show, shall we? I break the mold, actually. I'm a funny IT guy. I make everyone laugh.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Oh. I have friends.
I break the mold. I have friends. I'm the funny guy. I'm the office clown.
No. Too far. Too far. Never said that.
I've got personality.
Oh. My job isn't who I am.
I'm kind of like nonchalant in the workplace.
I don't understand what root vegetables have to do with this. I'm fact checking if a shallot is a root vegetable. Don't worry. It's going to be under like a bulb or something, isn't it? Like it's like it.
Props.
Like it's root-esque.
Might technically
similar to having a wank.
Root-ish.
Yeah,
it's root adjacent.
I'm pre-ordering Monster Munch. Pickled onion chip, low key, banging. They have them in stock at my local Woolworths right now.
Are you going to click and collect?
I'll just tell Mum to bring some home.
Fair enough.
Per 100 grams, they're 500 calories, though. Oh, wait, hold on. They're in 40-gram bags. Hell yeah. I can make my own Tesco meal deal here in Australia. Per packet at 200 calories. Fuck my.
Can you check if they're in Ballina?
I don't know if I want to change my store on the app.
Oh, I'll do it. Oh, I've even got the Woolies app installed. What am I doing?
Surely they got them. You got English people down there, don't you?
They seem to have a decent section. Oh,
Just quietly, low
they've
key.
got two Woolies in Ballina.
As soon as Wicked Sisters made bulk things of protein custard, that shit's lethal. Just eat the whole thing in one go.
They do have them.
On next week's show, we talk Monster Munch.
Oh, it says unavailable.
Oh, you might be able to order them in.
Oh, they're literally everywhere else. I'll just go to Lennox Head instead. Or Lismore.
Would you pay $13 for a 2-piece of protein cheesecake?
2 pieces?
Yeah,
like
17
not even
grams
the whole thing?
No, like literally 2 pieces of cheesecake.
How big are the pieces?
Give you a gram amount.
That doesn't help.
125 grams.
I can see you on the screen, like, hold up a triangle.
I don't think you'll be able to see it.
Wait, use your hands.
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't, say yay
I thought
big.
you said you've had it before.
No, I haven't had this one.
All right.
Surely like that big in triangle shape.
Yeah, right.
As opposed to my head.
Yeah, I'm not paying
Standard
$13 for two
cake
of those.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, neither.
$13 for $2. Having a laugh.
They don't have the pies at Woolworths. You may have to go to Coles for the protein pies. All right, it's enough grocery chat. I'm sorry. I lied. Butcher of the Week's next.
Actually, that works for mine. Press it again. Thank you. Butcher of the Week. Final score. Yeronga South Brisbane QAFLW Seniors 0-0-0. Southport QAFLW Seniors 32-27 219.
They've had an absolute nightmare there, haven't they? Holy shit.
Tough day at the office.
Anyone?
I guess so.
Was the ball really slippery for one of the teams?
I think it was a very windy day and the wind kept changing direction at the break.
No, that makes sense.
Or suburban ground, maybe a bit slightly downhill one direction. And that also changed at every break.
Tectonic shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. That's shocking.
Groundskeepers might have been around the ground with the leaf blower and changed direction at every break.
They had the high-powered ones left over from Alfred.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which worked temporarily.
To blow away Alfred.
Yeah. And then everyone was memeing on Alfred and then it hit.
Yeah. Should have held the blowers up instead of riding down the mud hill at Burleigh.
Yes, true. Quick question, you may not have yet. Why wouldn't that work? Not blowers, but what if we just get some big-ass fans? If we put enough fans on one...
Sorry, is there a fucking meteorologist in the room with me?
I said you might not know the answer. But...
Yeah, no shit. Okay, well, for starters, you remember how fast the fucking wind was from that bad boy?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah. Well, I think at a base logic level, it'd have to be, at least reasonably close to that level. And at that point, you're creating damaging winds already by yourself.
But
and you might just make it someone else's problem.
Let me talk through this a bit.
If you blow it hard enough, it'll spin in the other direction and becomes a hurricane.
Correct. We had fairly windy days early on that week down here, right?
Yeah.
Which were pretty much direct southerly where we were because of the direction. What if you just sort of captured those as they came up the coast and redirected them back out to where Alfred was out to sea, and it just blows away? We essentially judo the cyclones back out to sea using their own energy against them.
Do you want to know the answer? You can't simply blow away a cyclone because they are massive, complex atmospheric systems fueled by heat and moisture from the ocean. Often hundreds of miles across. The sheer scale of storm it would create by blowing into a cyclone with enough energy is just it makes it pointless, I guess, because you're creating such turbulence that it just kind of I guess whatever.
The real question: can't or won't?
What? Blow a cyclone?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
if the government's good enough to make them,
they're not fucking. Hear me out. Also, if you keep the cyclone over the ocean, that's where it's fueled from. My AI summary isn't telling me why, but telling me this is just me. This is my noggin.
Yep.
All right. So this science might be wrong.
Yep.
But cyclone gets its power and its juice from being over the hot ocean, correct?
Moisture in it. Yep, correct.
Yeah. So, if you're blowing it and it stays on the ocean more, would it not power up? Like Goku going to Super Saiyan 3 or something?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Now, the conditions of a cyclone are over whatever it is, 65 kilometres per hour wind, which isn't very quick. Certain ocean temperature needs to be above, right, fairly warm, and certain atmospheric pressure.
Mm-hmm.
What if we just pumped compressed air into the atmosphere to keep the pressure high enough that it won't occur? Riddle me that.
I mean, the science is sound. Now, I'd like to extrapolate your extremely wild ideas and go to one even more ridiculous. Why can't we just blow it up?
Have we tried? I know
Throwing
we
a bomb in the eye of the storm is the quote.
Yeah, I know we haven't in Australia personally tried to shoot a cyclone. I know it didn't quite work over a few years ago in the US, but have we tried it? You know, hurricanes are a little bit different to cyclones.
So supposedly the question, can you blow up a tropical storm,
You might disrupt the pressures, the air pressure.
is asked so often that allegedly our good friends at the Atlantic Oceanographic sorry, our good friends at the Atlantic Oceanographic and Meteorological Laboratory, as part of the U.S. Department of Commerce, allegedly has...
Checks out.
In what way? Because they know about explosives?
Yeah, can we use our defense forces, our armed forces to defend against?
You're not going to believe
events.
what the project was called, are you? You'll never get it. Is it Project Storm Fury? Ambitions experimental program. Artificial simulation of convection. Oh, there's a lot of big words here. I can't tell if they blew it up.
Right.
Does that help?
Probably not.
What else has been considered to stop a hurricane? This might be where my answers lie. They've got one of those websites that has things stuck behind, like expanding things.
Yep.
And so when you control F, it's like,
properly.
brother, you've got three things. It doesn't show me where the fuck the three things are.
Yep.
So
Have we tried vacuuming up a storm before?
Oh, fucking hell.
Just sucking it off. Just the opposite.
I'd argue, for starters, phrasing. Nuclear weapons. During each hurricane season, someone always asks, why don't we destroy tropical cyclones by nuking them?
That's a reasonable thing to ask. Like, you could just nuke them and the radiation would probably just, like, disperse and destroy the tropical storm, right? It wouldn't just throw radiation fucking everywhere over hundreds of kilometers.
To change a Category 5 hurricane into a Category 2 hurricane, you would have to add about half a ton of air for each square meter inside the eye, which is a total of a bit more than 500 million tons of air.
We're going to need more air compressors, I think.
Yeah, so that answers your previous one.
Yeah. And what about the opposite? Can we just suck them up?
Would that not speed up the hurricane or cyclone though?
Yes, but it'd be gone quicker. If you suck them off while they're over the ocean.
Suck them off with yep. It also, someone says, just blow them up before they become a hurricane. Blow up every tropical low.
Every low pressure system.
Which, only about five of the total tropical lows become a hurricane or whatever. So you'd be blowing up quite a lot.
I love the fact that there's multiple people who have legitimately asked these questions, unlike me, who's asked them in jest as a thought experiment.
People have also asked, can't you just add an oil slick to the ocean? I'm not. This is an official American government website.
What's that meant to do? Make the hurricane slip over before it arrives and injure itself? Like,
well, I think the theory is
oil and water don't mix.
Yeah, hurricane need evaporation or something or whatever. Hurricanes draw water vapor from a very large area. Most hurricanes are 200 to 300 miles wide. I feel like adding an oil slick might cause, I don't know, more of a problem.
Oh, that's fine. You can send some seagulls in to absorb it.
Or penguins. Others have suggested this is my personal favourite image of the lot. Airdropping icebergs to cool the water.
Why did my mind instantly go to glorified Bluetooth images when you said airdropping? Airdropping icebergs into the air. Okay. Because we've got plenty of those around still, right?
So yeah, part of the reason that we have increased tropical storms is warmer ocean. Warmer ocean, more tropical storms, less icebergs.
Yeah, handshake meme. Yeah, perfect. Oh my god,
America's wild.
It's interesting, isn't it? I was going to say something else and I completely forgot.
We could do Butcher of the Week. Oh, you did it.
I did mine. I
don't have one.
But no. We've got to remember, the global elite create these storms because it definitely, or the government, I should say, create these storms because it works out better for them to have to pay out hundreds of thousands and or millions of dollars of disaster recovery payments out of taxpayer dollars.
Yeah. Anthony Albanese
definitely works.
Was so keen to give me a grant. Yep. He loved it. It was really good for his long-term prospects.
Yep.
Economically or whatever.
Exactly. Great.
It actually was though, because people did then spend it, I guess. So economically, probably not the most terrible option in the world. But I'm too tired to go into economic.
All right, your Butcher of the Week.
No one.
Okay.
Everyone was really bad at chopping meat this week. Or really good. Can never understand which way that goes.
Fair enough. Should we get on to footy? Again?
Time
Sounds
on.
Good. Time on. All right, round 4.
Stand. Round 4 recaps. We started Thursday night, Pies Blues.
MCG.
A classic as old as time.
Throughout the record books.
For at least the last 200 years or whatever.
Yeah. Magpies 8-15-63. Blues 6-10-46.
Yeah.
I knew it was a bad watch, but I didn't realize it was that bad of a watch.
For context, the Blues were leading, I think, potentially at halftime.
They were.
Or quarter time. They were leading at a point. They were leading at a point there.
They were leading at both. I
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. So just keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Mr. Voss, if you look at the stats, you don't really close out games very well. I'd point out that ever since Michael Voss came out and said, "Hey, we're actually not bad at, we're actually pretty good at closing out games. I like the way we close out games," they've bottled them. They've grasped the glass bottle, and slammed it into their foreheads.
What's that thing they call the third quarter again, Keelan?
Isaac, of course, that's a premiership quarter.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah.
Carlton in the premiership quarter of this match kicked 1 point to
You
4
don't
goals,
win
6
flags like that.
But to be fair, they brought it back in the fourth quarter. They kicked 2-4. 2 goals second half. That'll do it. That'll not win you games.
If you let Lockie Schultz kick 2-1, like, nothing against the man, it's just more so that like that he doesn't pop up as top scorer all the time.
Yeah,
to be fair.
correct.
But yeah, if you let him kick 2-1 and DeGoey kick 2, like, you're gonna lose games, brother.
Yes, you've likely not won that one. I had, and this is while I try and read my own scrawl on my piece of paper here, Magpies show their instincts, picking at the last flashes of hope for Carlton's season. Carlton to be renamed the Owens, now 0-4. When are they ever going to win a game?
You're asking the tough questions today. I'm not sure which I'd rather answer if my life depended on it. Your meteorological questions, or your when will Carlton win a game? Because Carlton fan, ex Gold Coast Suns player, ex Blues player, obviously as well. Mr. Dane Does Footy on Instagram or something.
Dan Does Footy.
Dan Does Footy.
Mm-hmm.
Why did I say Dane?
I don't know.
Dan Does Footy on Instagram. Thinks they're going to absolutely wallop West Coast this weekend.
I think Kiss of Death is probably licking his lips this week on his pick of the week. I considered after a conversation with him, they're not even pick of the week. Although, this might work out. I considered, don't skip ahead, but I considered after a conversation with Kiss of Death, why we don't apply the same rules to him as we apply to ourselves, in that you can't shoe in the favourite of the week, but you can shoe in the second favourite of the week. Why do we give him the biggest underdog of the week and not the second biggest underdog of the week? Although it worked out for the first 2 rounds.
Okay.
So...
No, that makes sense.
Kiss of Death is...
but that means we can't choose it either.
What do you mean?
You're going to make it harder for us then, right?
What do you mean?
Because if he's going to get second biggest favourite, that means we can't choose the same as Kiss of Death, right?
Oh, no, I'm saying he gets the second biggest underdog of the week.
Oh, sorry, underdog. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So he's licking his lips as the Eagles are 5 cents better or 5 cents lower than, who did I just scroll past? Richmond. Richmond 580, Eagles 575.
I thought you were going to say it's 5 cents different between West Coast and Carlton this weekend.
No. But I feel like it shouldn't be $1.14. I know West Coast isn't good, but...
Neither are Carlton.
You know,
I want to see Mr. Richmond Gorringe, eat his words that this is lock of the century. To be completely honest, just because of how much of a meme it's been at this point. Not because I don't like the content, but just because I think it'd be fucking hilarious if they lose again.
Oh yeah, this would be Lygon Street fresh out of ropes.
Out of ropes?
Yes. If the Blues lose this one as well,
I was really trying to work in a joke about pizza at that point. Sorry.
I'll let you. Well, depending on the result, you've got the whole weekend to think about it. All right, shall we move on then, so we don't skip ahead?
Let's move along.
Down in Geelong at the Cattery, Geelong 12-13-85, Melbourne Demons 6-10-46. Another 6-10-46. Didn't even notice that.
Huh? What the fuck?
Yep.
What are the odds? You know what? Don't find the odds. It's fine. It's okay.
Yep.
This is the one I couldn't think of anything for because this was very uninspiring. It's like, yeah, congratulations, dude. The D's stink. Like,
very good.
This is the only game I've got nothing for.
I also went very simple. I said Demons struggle with haunting Geelong due to minimal possessions.
Yeah. Nice.
Not the best, but I worked something in there.
That works really well, actually.
Yeah.
Like it's logically very sound.
Yeah. The Demons had 319 disposals to Geelong's 412. So very, very much outpossessed.
Just quietly, the AFL recap that completely uninspired me to do anything was entirely like pitting the two veterans against each other.
Mm-hmm.
I've never read the word respectively so much in a recap. Every sentence was like Dangerfield and Gawn, fucking two veterans coaxing themselves through one more season, drawing reserves of strength. One of them short, one of them tall, respectively. It's like, okay, just like fucking. It's like, thank you. All you had to say was, you're sad you watched this game. Yeah. And you don't want to have to write about it.
Yep.
But unfortunately, I guess the AFL writers just kind of have to do what they have to do. Yeah, what they should do is they should get one writer per team.
Mm-hmm.
And then make both of them right for the game, and then combine the two. So, like, obviously, you'll have one salty fan.
Yep.
Who's writing the D's stink right now, and then one Cats fan who's writing from the perspective of we're going to finish top 8 for the nth year in a row or whatever, and not win another flag, but we're happy about it.
Mm.
That's not a bad idea.
I'll get on it.
More to come on me ragging on AFL journalism.
Yeah. As far as, Thursday and Friday night matchups go going into the weekend, pretty blur.
Brother, ugh.
Pretty uninspiring for those who are employed and finishing off their week at work.
Yeah. What sums up this game is there's a photo of Patrick Dangerfield celebrating a goal, and he is just fist up like this and the most straight face of all time. Not a smile on him. Celebrating a goal.
I suppose it got a bit boring after he got 20 touches and 3 goals too.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay. All right, I'll take the 3 votes now, please.
Yeah. All right, on to Saturday. First game of the day at the bank, back at the Solarium. First game of the season.
They could have timed this better for us.
Yeah,
on our schedule, but
a bit unfortunate.
It is what it is.
Was expecting to have attended a game in person before this anyway, so whatever, that's fine. Gold Coast Suns 13-13-91, Adelaide Crows 14-6-90.
I've got Suns win thanks to their own brilliance on the field. Literally no other factors at play.
Nice one. Despite recent wet weather in Queensland, the Suns held on to outshine the Crows at the bank. unlucky for, or an unlucky 13-13 for the Crows. Sucks to suck.
Just quietly, and by not like, look, obviously, there was a call and a half, maybe 2.5 calls that didn't go the Crows' way.
Mm-hmm.
Like their coach did a good thing in his post game interview, saying obviously they could have done things better as well instead of just blaming those decisions, which I think is the best thing you have to do in that situation. You have to be like, oh, obviously we should have been winning by more. Or at least winning before getting in those decisions. Like if you just outplay them significantly, an umpiring decision doesn't make a difference.
Yep.
Obviously, it's not that simple, but the AFL did confirm that non-call on Rankin in the marking contest was an error.
Yeah, I'd love to see a full report if we're going to be doing that.
Yeah, but
let's just go through the whole match.
Yeah. But importantly, the league has now conceded an umpiring mistake has gone against the Crows in the dying minutes of 4 of their last 37 games.
Unlucky.
Which is incredibly unlucky. And incredibly, each of the 4 have been inside their forward 50 when they're trailing by less than a goal. Which is just insane.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Matthew Nicks, echoes the sentiment that I think we've said for a long time. Just simply don't be in a situation where you're in a one-score game and it doesn't matter.
It's not football. It's not football in it.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, you shouldn't be in a one goal making the difference if you're playing significantly better than your opposition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Which I would argue they weren't.
No.
26
I would argue
scoring
the
shots
same.
to 20. 3 hit the post for the Suns. Crows
and
threw
they got rid
the
of
ball.
Chol like fucking 2 seasons.
Exactly. We thought we got rid of that problem. Guess not. So it must be just the magnetic posts at the bank.
Yeah.
Crows threw the ball in there in their own goal square that they were defending. Got away with that one. Haven't seen.
I did see a throw or two on the boundary too. Quietly.
Correct. Haven't seen
Not
the AFL
from the
acknowledge.
umpire.
No. Haven't seen the AFL acknowledge that one.
I think the problem with them acknowledging that is how much more they'd actually have to crack down on how many people throw it.
Yeah, we all know they're not big on calling throws. We all watched the 2016 grand final.
Oh, I'm going to need a refresher which one that was.
The one where Bulldogs who, don't have opposable thumbs to close into a fist, obviously threw the ball around a lot rather than handballing.
Was that well documented?
It's pretty well documented that the umpires didn't adjudicate that grand final very well because, the fairy tale story was too good to be true. It was too good to not be true.
Love a story. Love a story.
There was many throws.
Well, to be fair, you had players such as Jack McThrow, Jason Joe Throson,
yep,
Matthew Bethrow, all on the same team. So, I mean, it was right in front of me the whole time. Tom Libertathroe.
There you go. Marcus Bonton-Peltet was on that team.
Well, so you actually tried there where I was how I was just adding throw-ons.
Yeah. Here you go from Wikipedia, 2016 AFL Grand Final. An AFL review of the umpiring post-game found it was not up to standard expected, with 3 or 4 decisions incorrectly going against Sydney, among an overall free kick count of 20-8, favouring the Bulldogs. Differential of 12 was the biggest in a grand final since the 3 umpire system was introduced.
Now, here's the thing. Do you think that it was because of the fairy tale for the Bulldogs, Or
Yep.
do you think it was because no, stop. Or do you think it's the greater let's watch Sydney burn in a grand final conspiracy? Narrative, sorry, not conspiracy. Narrative. Not conspiracy level.
Yeah. No, because I feel like that narrative is a more recent.
Yeah, okay. So you're saying this entirely predates it. It's not it predates it instead of being the precursor.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Sweet.
Definitely.
Tinfoil hat is off. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it may be the start of it, but probably not. The AFL wants
more research required, perhaps.
Yeah, the AFL wants, northern teams to do better, so they, get people in the areas to games.
But they don't want the winning flags.
Yeah, I guess not. So final, yeah, maybe.
They want them to do the Geelong
mostly
thing.
column A, some of column B. Let's settle on that.
Be in contention. Don't win it necessarily.
Yep. Correct.
All right, cool. Shall we trundle along then?
Absolutely. What are we up to? Oh, that's right. The
Towards
next. MCG, Richmond, 13-12-90. Brisbane Lions, 18-10, 118.
Savannah Kings beat Jungle Pussies in hoodoo breaking catfight. The last time the Lions had beat the Tigers at the G prior to this match was in 2009.
That's a wild stat.
Yeah. And I also didn't realize that prior to semi-recently, there was like Lions hadn't beat Geelong for 15 games in a row or something ridiculous as well. That had been broken last year or the year before, like recently-ish.
Yep.
While Fagan's been with the Lions, but so yeah, anytime in the last, whatever. But yeah, pretty wild. Maybe they've just been playing their games at Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know. The Lions have
G.
two more
Not
games this year at the G.
So they're on track for being undefeated at the G.
Yep, except they've got the Hawks. So
ooh, sucks
probably
to
not.
Suck.
Yeah, Hawks pies.
Oh, two
so
tough
pretty
ones.
Good. Also, when did Bellerive Oval become Ninja Stadium? When did that happen?
I feel like we talked about this potentially.
Oh yeah, maybe. We probably did because of the cricket.
No, I think we did because of I love Ninja Appliances, and if we get sponsored by anyone, that's probably the people we need to get sponsored by.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
I want the new soft serve machine they do.
It'll whip things around pretty quick.
They do make good air fryers and blenders. I could call it the
player
blender.
in the blender market. Yep.
I just love how close it is to the beach. It's pretty.
It's right there. I did a triathlon there. Oh, I did one leg of the triathlon there.
Yeah, team triathlon.
Yep.
Nice.
You want to know
Which
how
one did
far
you do? Swim?
Yeah, I did the swim. It was fucking cold.
Yeah, you picked the worst leg to do in Tasmania, didn't you?
Like fucking cold.
No shit, dude.
But it was 200 meters.
Spitting distance to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Was it a Weet-Bix kids triathlon?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
It was
cool.
while I was in school. I even got a hat, like a cycling style cap. I'm pretty sure it was Weet-Bix kids one. But yeah, it was more or less sort of walk out, fall over sideways, walk back in. Like it was not much of a length at all.
Oh, that's like what they did for the Weet-Bix ones in South Bank, because obviously you could stand up through the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because they're not making kids
swim
swim the Brisbane
swim,
River.
But it was, I think it was about like 200 meters or something total. It was not very far.
Nice.
It was very cold, and it was the main thing was it was a day off school. I think that's really why all of us did it.
You drew the short straw though. If it's only a 200-meter swim, the bike couldn't have been that long.
No, I think it was like, 200, a few Ks sort of thing.
Nice.
Like probably 5, and then the run was 2 or 3. Like, it was
Easy.
pretty rapid. But yeah, I volunteered for the swim, mainly because it would be the thing I was best at.
Yeah, fair.
And
Did you win?
Pretty rapid. God, no. I got kicked in the face a bunch of times. But I did swim.
That's literally triathlon.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's how that works.
To avoid that, I did just swim out, like, way outside everyone else, because it was fine.
So you didn't win because you got fucking care flight choppered?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It was actually really windy. Like, it was like push you off course, swimming in the water sort of windy.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was fine. It was a day off. That's all that matters.
We'll take it. Probably got free wee picks and up and go too, to be fair.
I think we definitely got an up and go.
Yeah, I remember getting one. That's a vibe.
And I'm almost positive there was like free teas that you could get as kids. You couldn't get a coffee.
Tea?
You could get a tea. Well, it was
Fucking
Hobart.
freezing, yeah.
What did I have here? Let me read this. All right, Lions and Tigers, and it was unbearable for Richmond fans to watch Neil run around untagged with 42 disposals.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It hurt a little bit, but
yeah.
In a good way. Like, I enjoyed the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So more of a more of a kink than a than an injury.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Instead of pain, you caused. I'm not gonna. I'm stopping.
Mostly pleasure.
Yeah.
This game went as expected. You know, we had it sound off, and every time you check the score, it was like, yeah, looks about right.
Until the Tigers scored a bunch, and you're like,
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, this week had 3 games scheduled in a row that were like, oh, wow, that was surprising.
Not.
So yeah, just you wait. There's more.
Mm-hmm. Skipping over to Marvel, we had North Melbourne 8-4-52, Sydney 18-9, 117.
Good footy team beat bad footy team, causing some completely inspired football journalism that both said so much and yet so little about a game that has already been forgotten. I don't know how they came up with so many storylines. My recaps are just becoming roasting other journalists. I say other journalists like we're proper, but they found so many storylines in a game where one team got walloped. Like, this game really shouldn't have me scrolling through the article. But anyway, when you have to pick things like someone having maybe the worst shank of all time. Well, not the worst shank of all time. It's not even that bad. Someone, having a bad kick goal and then someone pushing someone over as 2 separate paragraphs in the recap. I think it's just like, nah, it's okay. You don't have to write this.
Yeah, you probably don't. Especially that shank was after one of the sirens as well.
Yeah, after half time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, this
Not
this
someone
might be
who
the
would
longest
normally
one of
kick
the
it.
week.
That's what I was thinking. It's legitimately quite long.
How have, the Roos got beat by 65 points? Like, that's the end of it.
There's more paragraphs in this than North kick goals. I'll be generous and wrap up a few of these one-sentence paragraphs into one, too. So let's go 1 there, 2 with that bit, 3, 4, 5. There's definitely more than 8. Because I've still got all the ones with bold. It's 8, potentially 8.5. Because I got a bit generous, lumping a few in there.
Shocking. So North might have kicked slightly more goals and behinds than the 8.5 paragraphs. Credit to North Melbourne.
Yeah. Look at them go.
I tried to surmise this one a bit more, I don't know, succinctly than the full match report. And I think you might like this one.
Please.
Swans simmer the marsupials under the lid.
That was nasty. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
I'll allow that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Just
You've had kangaroo stew, or?
Yeah, just slowly cook them throughout the game.
Yeah. I don't know why you would actually make a kangaroo stew, if I'm honest, unless it's like the only thing you've got available, because it's just so lean, you're not really going to get much. I feel like you're not going to get much out of it, right? Like, I feel like normally you stew like a chuck roast or something that has a bit of veiny fat and whatnot going on.
Yeah, I feel like there'd be there's got to be certain cuts of the kangaroo that are a bit tough.
Have you seen a kangaroo?
I have, yeah.
They're fucking yoked, dude.
Small to pretty big sometimes.
I suppose stewing it for a while,
little hands
would help the muscle breakdown.
Pocket on the
maybe.
Front. Yeah,
if
possibly.
It was high liquid content.
Possibly. I suppose the problem of traditional way of cooking kangaroo is lack of water and lack of big pot, right? So you're not going to stew something when you've got nothing else. Where the option is cut it into chunks and throw it on fire.
I found a very uninspiring recipe from SBS Food.
Yeah.
They've just used kangaroo fillet cut into cubes. I mean...
Yeah. It would work, right?
Yeah.
Bit of kangaroo stew.
Bro, they call it bush kangaroo stew, right? And then they're like, use your Dutch carrots, your baby potatoes...
And your
can of peeled tomato.
Farmed kangaroo.
Yeah, farmed kangaroo. A can of mushrooms in butter sauce. You ever seen that?
Nope.
I don't know where the fuck these guys are shopping. And then, but they've right at the end they get you with like the classic, like end on the note you want people to remember.
Yeah.
Damper. So I was like, great bush tucker recipe.
Yeah. The most dense bread you've ever eaten. Delicious.
Banging. To be fair, probably not bad for soaking up a bit of stew.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, no very inspiring recipes here. None of them look like they've been cooked long enough to turn it into like pulled kangaroo either. They're all chunks of lean kangaroo meat.
Yeah.
Needs further research.
I think that would be the problem, being so lean. Like, you don't have the stuff that you're trying to break down with slow cooking.
Yeah. Tune back into STK. Storm in the Kitchen.
Yeah, Storm in the Bush Tucker.
It was right there in front of
Right
me.
there. Yeah.
Fuck.
Right there in front of
Storming
you, like a kangaroo's pouch. It's sitting right in your lap.
Yeah, what was the next game?
Let's see. On to Sunday. We have 3 games on the Sunday, which is nice. Not that you really wanted to watch the first one. NG Stadium,
Blech.
the showgrounds. GWS 2012 132. West Coast Eagles 79-51.
Hogan's hulking balls too much for weak Westerners who just wanted to forget about all their players wanting to leave.
Nice one. Very good.
Thanks.
Some of their players may just stay. Like, just not go back to Western Australia. Might be easier.
Yeah, just hang out in Western Sydney.
Yeah.
I'll do some selling. Just quietly on the Oscar Allen thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously met with the haunch, Mr. Michel.
I thought you were talking about one of the guys from Migos.
No,
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, no worries. Which, for starters, he used to be his assistant coach or whatever. He might have just been going over there to hang out with a mate for coffee.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't. Sam Mitchell was trying to lay some seeds. But the funny thing is, and the funniest thing about the whole thing is that he came out and apologized for doing that, which probably shouldn't have to do, given that his own club hasn't signed him back on either. Like,
Correct.
if you don't sign your own player on, you can't really be mad that they've shopped around because they've got to do the best for them. But it was in a training kit or whatever that is essentially the Hawks kit, the all brown one.
Yeah.
He looks like he's wearing a Hawks kit in the apology.
Very tough look.
Was this planned? Is this foreshadowing in the greater narrative? But
probably.
Pretty funny.
Probably is. Yeah. I get the point of having to do a emergency press conference that day.
Wear anything else.
Like, go to the Lost and Found, get a different top. Hey, equipment bloke, help me out here. Give me a hoodie or something.
Even if he was, going to training, or even if for some reason they were meant to wear, like if it was before Gather Round and they were meant to wear a special shirt this week or whatever, it's like, don't put that on. If you put the club's home Guernsey on for the interview, I think they're going to appreciate it more. Or the media polo that is their home colours. Makes you, whatever. Anyway. Shouldn't have to apologise, except for that he's a captain. I kind of get that point of view as well.
Yeah, he shouldn't have to apologise except for the performance of his club.
But if you want your but if you want your captains to stick around, I don't know, fucking sign a contract, dog.
Yeah. Also that.
Yeah.
I had Colonel Hogan said 9 to the Western Luftwaffe as the Green Berets neutralised their combatants. Jesse Hogan 9-0-54, West Coast 7-9-51.
Yeah, wasn't very windy, I guess.
I guess not. Of note, which one's that? Toby Green, 3 goals, 1, 24 disposals. Tom Green, 2 goals, 1, 37 disposals.
Large.
Very large.
Who's going to do that for Carlton this week against them? No one? No one.
Harry Mackay's back. Trust him.
No.
Just putting it out there. Jesse Hogan, career high 9 goals. Straight. Was on 10 goal watch for a while. Radio call seems like they were trying to just kick everything to him. Just never quite got there.
You have to at that point.
You have to, yeah.
Yeah. Not very often you get the opportunity to kick 10.
No, you have to unless you're John Longmire last year.
Was it Marty that kicked 9 or something?
Yeah, Marty, maybe against Adelaide. I forget who it was against. It was on 9 and then got just sat on the bench.
Sucks to suck.
Tough look. All right, Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide 10-12-72. St Kilda 13-11-89.
Power outage in Adelaide causes Saints to rise and continue smiting Isaac with another tip-defying victory.
Mm-hmm. Only one I got wrong. Only one a lot of people got wrong, I suppose.
The only one?
Yeah.
You didn't tip Carl?
No.
No.
St Kilda keep living on a prayer as they cast down the lightning to smite their enemies.
Nice. You think that'd jazz them up, wouldn't you?
Potentially.
But guess not. A Port bad now? Or a St Kilda really good?
I think Port are sort of a little bit bad.
Yeah.
But St Kilda, like a little bit good. And it's just the difference between those two. Like Port had three
Wasn't
different
a big difference.
Yeah, well, Port had 3 players that kicked 3 goals. And the top 2 disposal getters, or 3, the top 4. So it's like, And Jordan Sweet, by the looks of it, ate Rowan Marshall's lunch.
See, Saints should have kept that Sandful guy that Jacob was talking about.
Exactly. 39 hitouts to 17. And he would have been right there too.
It would have been a home game for him. He
it would have been home game.
Idiots.
Deck.
But yeah, I can't believe Jason Horne-Francis kicked 3 and got 28.
Port pretty much beat them in every stat besides clearances, except for goal efficiency. They kicked 10 goals from 58 inside 50s to 13 goals from 44 inside 50s.
Not good.
Not good.
Got to figure out what to do with the ball in the danger zone.
Correct. In the red area, as Bill Belichick might call it. I don't know what Port's going to do.
No, we'll find out what they do this weekend, actually. Let's skip ahead.
All right, last game of the round.
Yeah.
Out west, we had the Dockers versus the Bulldogs. Dockers 15-7-97, Western Bulldogs 12-9-81.
I'll admit I overthought the tip on this one.
Mm-hmm.
My tipping season is now washed. Turns out it's hard to travel to WA. Dogs might just be bad as well.
Also true.
Which was my original opinion. But I second guessed it based on, I think, was it their North victory the week before?
Yep.
It's one of those that I think both teams are not great, and I just overthought it. And that's what makes and breaks a tipping season. That's the Premiership quarter equivalent of a tipping season.
Yep.
And I bottled it.
So sometimes, like I mentioned last week, the odds just don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go with them.
Yeah.
And this was one of those games for me.
The bookies know what they're doing. They've got money on the line.
Yes. Dock workers finish round in ecstasy as dogs try to do what they find natural and come from behind.
Oh, that's great. Oh, it's so good. I wasn't expecting it.
Thanks.
Nice.
I wasn't sure enough people knew what dogging was, and I was trying to work in dockers into doggers, but also the final score wasn't big enough to say that the doggers put on a display of fucking in public or a public fucking. It just didn't quite
Thanks
fit
for
the
saving
narrative.
me how to Google that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah.
But yeah, for those who don't know, dogging is a UK thing of people having sex in public, generally in cars.
Oh, it's the car thing.
Yeah,
Lots of shows have made fun of that, actually.
yeah,
White Gold, In Betweeners, I think probably has.
yeah. I assume White Gold, good show by the way.
Shares 2 out of 3 of the In Between.
Yeah.
2 out of 4 of the In Betweeners. Sorry.
Yeah, very good show. I assume it's got the name's got something to do with the fact that they do it in near dog parks. I would guess, probably.
All right, I'm googling it. Where does dogging come from? Ah, yep, behind. You're right.
White Gold also has the guy from what's that? Gossip Girl.
Yeah, so I haven't seen Gossip Girl.
Yep.
But he's the sleazy one in White Gold, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
The attractive guy.
Turns out dogging is the man the dude spying on the couples having sex outdoors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There you go.
It's the secondary action.
Yeah, watching other people have sex in public. So there is so many steps to this. So literally they went dogging in White Gold then because they were actually just watching people have sex in cars.
True.
That was funny, actually.
Engaging in sexual acts in public or semi-public place or watching others do so. So it could be one or, it can be both.
The leicestermercury.co.uk, 14 dogging etiquette rules and where the activity originated.
At least there's some courtesy around it.
Yeah.
Like an etiquette built into, a social activity is always nice.
Dogging has meant watching or following.
Interesting.
The name allegedly is because dogs might have sex outdoors, or the other theory is taking the dog for a walk was a suitable cover-up story for people doing the watching.
Yeah. To go stand there and spunk on someone's car door.
Thanks for using the word spunk, though. Makes me feel like I'm in the In-Betweeners or White Gold.
It seemed more fitting.
Yeah. Yeah, Jizz is a little bit more American, I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Bring back spunk.
Do we have one as a nation? Do we have a word as a nation?
Google. I can just Google Australian slang for cum.
Yeah. I feel like our culture's too blended with other Western cultures.
Allegedly, spunk is the most common in Australia, which is absolutely not accurate in any way.
Very false.
I can't open Reddit because I'm not logged in because I'm in incognito.
Oh, grow up, dude. Who else is like? It's a man's computer. Like, if you're looking,
I'm not logged in on my Chrome profile. I don't want ads based on me googling spunk.
Maybe you're just a spunky guy.
Oh, this man's got spunk.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't like that. Spoont. Common Australian slang meaning ejaculate. Spoont. Spoont. Spoont.
That can't be true.
Yeah, it's on Urban Dictionary. It's fact. Popularized by the Picute magazine.
Right.
Don't know what that is. Very cute girl who is always appropriately dressed and has no relation to easy. What? What? Worst link of all time. Spoont. I'm done. We got to just move on.
All right, fair enough.
I think he's mistyped picture. That's the picture magazine.
Oh. All right.
Oh, it had nude women in it. Okay, this makes more sense.
That does make more sense.
Spoof. Spoof's a good one too.
Okay, that'll play. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. That's probably it.
That's in between this level content. That's UK too.
Yeah.
But we'll take it. We're from them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's footy then, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, that's footy.
It's funny that we're talking about spoof as we've finished
nice
the footy. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Now, shooting of the week, I had the Lions smartly. You had Geelong smartly. Kiss of Death had West Coast unsmartly.
Just the way the cookie crumbles. There was no thought involved.
It is what it is. I don't know what we're up to now. I haven't done the tallies. Probably 5-3 or something like that. I don't think you've got one wrong yet.
No, I'm crushing it. Now, do you want to do a little bit of quick news before we go into this week's tip?
Yes.
I've got news saved here. But just wait. About the same team. My news is about West Coast. But
right.
We've got breaking news. West Coast have dropped Tim Kelly for their gather-round match versus Carlton this week.
Interesting.
Patrick Cripps, Brownlow votes, 186. Tim Kelly, Brownlow votes, 77. The rest of the West Coast side that played in round 4, 59. But also, I understand making sure the best team is fielded. Just because Paddy Cripps is getting Brownlow votes doesn't mean you should necessarily field him. I didn't watch enough of the Collingwood game, but I assume he just got absolutely pocketed by someone because he touched the ball like less than 20 times.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know, actually. Who would have gone to him? I'm not sure.
Now, the real news is reportedly the Eagles have tabled multi-offers to Harley Reid this week, with options including 3- and 5-year extensions believed to be worth up to $2 million a year.
Look, they've got to do something to retain at least half-decent players, although that's probably as good as Harley Reid is so far this year, half-decent. So probably not worth $2 million a year based on current year's performance. But
I would be inclined to say 100% attitude could be a massive improvement.
True. Very true.
Which is maybe the least original take in the footy world the last 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Bleeding edge sort of takes from you.
Yeah.
Probably not worth $2 million.
Not currently, but I can see where they might be coming from. Problem being, if you make him feel like a generational player and then you have to pay him like a generational player, and he doesn't end up being the generational player, then you just got a full salary cap and it's still not good.
Yeah, you're in a tough spot if that occurs.
Yeah. Which is not great.
I'm not saying he would sign this, but why wouldn't they just give him, I don't know, an 8-year deal? At a little bit less per year. $1.5 million per year for 8 years.
Do you want to be in Perth for that long?
I don't know, probably not, but for
That's
$1.5 million.
Though. Yeah. You just put like 1 year's salary in the fucking salt and pepper 500 and you're locked in for life living off fucking interest till the day you die. Yeah, like it's ridiculous.
Exactly.
I'd take that deal. It's a damn good deal.
Seems all right. You'd probably live with it.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Tough, though, because obviously you do want to win things.
That too, yeah. That's what their biggest trouble is going to be. Especially if they lose.
Sports teams' biggest trouble, winning things.
Especially if they lose Oscar Allen this year.
Yeah.
And then you literally have one good player left. Two, if you count Harley Reid and Tim Kelly.
The halfback they got from Richmond, Liam Baker, he's all right.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. Like, he's not a superstar, obviously.
Yeah. He's no...
Premiership player, though, right? So...
Yeah. He's no Shea Bolton or Dan Rioli.
There's no Daniel Rioli, no.
Yeah.
Mostly just because he's not from the Rioli family, to be fair.
True.
Yeah.
That's a big factor.
The boys are going to love this episode because I've just realised I've just remembered we have maybe the best segment of the week.
Oh, we do. Yeah, we do. Now, do you want to do tips before that?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, 100%. Let's do that.
All right, let's do our tips then.
The last three, the additional sports this week are getting not much treatment. Mine is read a headline anyway and move on from me. So
getting breezed through, definitely. All right, bring it in. Let's go through our tips for Gather Round. Let's get a little closer.
I see what you're doing.
Yep.
I respect it.
Thank you.
But I have to log in.
Okay.
New computer.
Starting off tomorrow.
There we go.
Crows on a bit of a short turnaround.
Oh, yeah.
Crows hosting Geelong to kick off Gather Round.
This could be good.
Probably one of the better games of the week.
I think I'm going to go Adelaide at home here.
I think you have to. They'll be fired up and they'll probably get a bunch of calls go their way. So
I think it's going to be close, though. I'm going to take away 13. Just quietly.
Not bad. Okay.
You got your casual margin?
Well, yeah.
Usual margin?
Slightly closer. I'm sharing the same sentiment as you. So instead of 24, I'll go for 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Three goals, 2 points.
That would be, yeah. Because they're not going to, if they're anything like last week, they'll be pretty efficient.
Yeah. Yes.
Hence why I've gone 2 goals and a behind.
Yeah, pretty good. Crows have been quite accurate. So far this season.
They're kicking straight.
The other thing that we forgot to mention was Thilthorpe and McAndrew getting into it a bit after the siren.
Oh, we did.
Is what it is. I do love the comments from Crows fans. See you in round 19. Ooh. Look out.
Yeah, wow, I can't wait for that. It's only 15 weeks away.
Exactly.
Mate.
We'll have that one circled for 4 months.
Is that our next financial year? Like, fucking grow up, dude. Like...
focus on that one in 4 months' time, and in the meantime, lose a bunch of games so you won't be playing finals by then anyway.
Yeah. Has that even got a time of day yet? Like, it's not
Probably
even fucking
not.
scheduled, dude.
It may not be.
Yeah. No, but realistically, obviously, Philthorpe won the day. He kicked 5.
But Mac Andrews' team won on the day.
Won. Yeah.
So
my favorite thing though is the sentiment coming out of the Suns camp being that Mac Andrews shouldn't have done that because they want to win humbly. But between the sirens, he can do that fucking all day.
Yep.
They want to be the dogs until the siren ends.
Yep.
I'm down with that. The Sun's got some bite to it. We're talking fucking extreme UV.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Date and time TBC.
Yeah, what a fucking surprise.
Probably Saturday night.
That's prime time.
Yeah. I think that's worthy.
Yeah.
If I look at the other matchups on this, on this round, that's probably the one again.
What, the Hawks playing North or something?
Port Adelaide.
Oh. That's actually we'll get
what
there.
A great segue.
Yeah. No, would you believe? Sorry. So the next game's at Adelaide Oval.
Again.
Yep.
Yep.
Getting some love. Collingwood, Sydney. I don't know what the odds know because obviously neither team home game. I rate Sydney as a side better than Collingwood, even though Collingwood have won more. Obviously, Sydney started tough. They played Hawthorn, brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Sydney.
You can't take a whole lot off their, records. Pies beat Port Adelaide by a lot. Western Bulldogs by a little bit.
Yeah.
Carlton by a decent amount.
But didn't score very prolifically against Carlton, which is interesting in my book. For someone that didn't watch the entire game, obviously. I don't know why they weren't scoring, but...
It was just gross. It was low scoring first half and then rain.
Judging by the amount of balls Sam Walsh got, I think, it just probably wasn't making its way downtown, was it?
No, it rained and then it was just, gross second half. Sydney, Hawks, tough start. Lose to the Premiers by 4 points. Just beat Fremantle. Kill North Melbourne.
They have played Brisbane already, haven't they? Fucking hell. They've had a tough shout. I think, as much as I hated it, in the official recap, the Swans surely have lit a fire / started their bounce back.
Yeah.
But potentially just from a combination of confidence and fixture difficulty.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. If this game was in Sydney, Sydney would be favourites. If it was in Melbourne, Collingwood would be favourites. Adelaide's closer to Melbourne, so probably why. I'm going to go
Both
Sydney.
still hopping on a plane here, I think. So, it's Sydney. Short flight.
Yep. Out at Barossa Park, North Melbourne, Gold Coast. I'm going for the pink team.
Yeah, I've got Team Pink too.
Don't skip ahead. Back at Adelaide Oval for the first of 2 blockbuster matches at Adelaide Oval for the day.
Sorry.
You okay?
No, I got it. Had some dodgy sausages.
Yeah, okay. Carlton versus West Coast.
I want it to be West Coast. I want it to be West Coast so bad, but with odds $1.14 to $5.75, I got to take Carlton because I've already somehow tipped an upset with Sydney.
Yeah, you almost have to. I want it to be a banana peel game.
Yeah,
really badly, but you just can't take that risk.
A banana peel would absolutely sort Carlton out. Like they would be back up on their feet.
Probably. You you just can't be picking West Coast at this point in time.
No,
Logically speaking, it can't happen.
no, they are down bad,
Horrendous.
but so are Carlton.
Yeah.
It could go either way. It really could go either way. I think. The only reason Carlton are paying $1.14 is because, for one, everyone's filleting Paddy Cripps, and two, Sam Walsh plays for them. And three, goal kicking extraordinaire Ben Mackay's back.
Oh my god. Yeah, look, it's going to be Carlton. I don't even think it's worth having a sprinkle on West Coast. Oh, West Coast plus 35, and that's not big enough. That's not a big enough line.
It's worth a meme for $5 if you ask me. Not as part of a multi, just by itself for the memes.
The last 5 matches match up on this is just it's just L for both teams. Oh my!
Does it do back to last season as well, or does it only show the 4 from this season?
It only shows the 4 this season. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
I skipped ahead.
Because if we were doing the full form, it would go L.
Oh, it would be horrendous for both
not
teams.
Great.
The
Carlton haven't won since last August conservatively, so
yep, not very good. Last 5 matches for these teams, average winning margin blank. Average losing margin, Carlton 17.2, West Coast 63.6. So, or here you go. Season 2025, a bit better, 14.5 and 56.3 average losing margins. So, look for that. Toilet bowl matchup,
not over it.
16 versus 18. Just go Carlton.
It's not even must miss TV because it could be funny.
It could be funny, but I certainly wouldn't be glued to it.
There is must miss TV 2 games later, actually,
which is a damn shame, right? Because you can just watch the Suns North game because it'd probably be high scoring. Like at 12:35 versus...
Yeah, that's a scheduling error, that is.
1:20, that's another great scheduling error. Probably take... Oh, they're tempting you again. An over loss on the Suns versus Crows at 181.5, and the game finished at 181. They're tempting you. North Gold Coast is 180.5.
Oh,
so they're just trying to tempt you back in, but I think that could possibly be worth it.
Oh, 100%. That's going over.
So just bet the over in that game and then don't watch the other game. There's your tip for the weekend.
It sounds pretty fucking sensible to me.
The secondary tip: be nice to your mother. All right, and then at Norwood Oval,
not a bad one.
Western Bulldogs, Brisbane Lions.
Yeah. Speaking of, it's the Lions. The Bulldogs are done again. They're flip flopping about. Fuck them. It's the Lions.
We're gonna have this week's gonna be. I won't skip ahead. I'll say it at the end. It's fine. And then must miss TV at prime time Saturday night. Who put the Demons and the Bombers on? Why have they got Adelaide Oval at this time?
They've got the closest odds of the weekend, I think. This is the most even matchup all week. 2 absolute fucking stinkers. 15 cents the difference. Because when you think about it, all of these games mean nothing. It's people playing their 5th game of the season.
14 v 17.
These don't mean anything. It's okay either way, but the spectacle is going to be completely even. It's great scheduling. It's going to be truly a battle of the greats. It's Essendon, begrudgingly.
Is it?
Sam Draper, clearly the better ruckman out of the two.
Yeah, right. Okay.
No, I think it is. I think it is Essendon.
Unfortunately, I think it is because Melbourne can't score.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
And that's a key component to winning footy matches.
It is out of, I'd say, look, unless there's a ball sport I haven't heard of that doesn't work like the rest of them.
Yep.
All ball sports require scoring in some manner.
In some manner, yep.
So, I don't know.
Great point.
Just score.
Only in opening round did Melbourne score over 70 points with 74, and the rest have been under that and trending down. Whereas, Essendon's lowest score so far was 72 last week. 85 and 100. I think you got to go to the Bombers, but here's a little stat for you. Essendon have lost each of its last 4 matches against opponents that were ranked lower on the ladder.
They don't like punching down.
No.
Love the little guy.
Yeah.
Big Robin Hoods.
That stat kind of makes me want to take a swing at Melbourne, but it's silly.
No, that's why they're telling you that stat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they want you to buy.
That's the stat on SportsBet Insights page, by the way. So,
is it actually?
That backs up their pick of Melbourne head-to-head.
You 100%, they're asking you to buy it.
Yeah.
You could reverse psychology these and always bet against whatever fucking special insight they give you.
Yes. You'd hit at a pretty good clip, I think.
I think so. All right, from now on, 50% of my paycheck is betting against SportsBets Insights. I'll have to perform this experiment for at least 6 months, I think. Potentially the whole rest of the footy season, just to make sure I get a large enough sample size as well.
Yep. Oh, here's something you're going to love. I've just noticed they've got a new hot legs section of to build the same game multi. And it's basically starts nice. It basically starts and goes down from stats that have hit, the past 5 matches, the past 4 matches, and shows them. This is just begging people to do just all of them and then lose by 1 leg.
Is it all big disposal numbers too?
No, 20 plus, 15 plus, 15 plus, anytime goal, like 2 goals, 3 goals.
So they're doing it even shakier in the way that they make it seem like all these things probably should hit.
Yeah, they're all like
all
low.
In one go.
Yeah, like Seth Campbell has kicked 2 goals plus in the last 4 matches in a row at 250. That's probably the biggest one. The rest of them are around between Josh Tracy, anytime goal, $1.03. Yeah, thanks for the tip. That's great.
If you stack up enough $1.03 bets, you'll become a millionaire.
Yeah, well, the top ones, $1.24, $1.17, $1.12, like these are all the sure things that aren't going to lose.
Yeah.
And then they'll lose, right?
Why don't we bet on literally every bet worth less than $1.10 this week?
Yep.
To see if it hits for the memes.
It won't.
We'll see if it hits for the memes. We'll put like $300 on it and see if it hits because it's a sure thing.
It won't. Now, would you like their biggest tip in the Richmond Fremantle game? It's I'm picking Fremantle. You have to.
Would you believe? I'm also picking Fremantle.
Yeah,
but I could see Richmond winning this.
Yeah. So their pick is the over 175.5. Each of Fremantle's last 7 interstate matches have gone over the total match points line.
And then over and not under it.
Fremantle head-to-head. Richmond has lost each of its last 14-day matches.
This is very much middle of the day in wine country.
Yep. Nocturnal cats, I guess. Richmond has lost the first quarter in each of their last 13 matches as an underdog. And in each of Richmond's last 15 matches, they've been the opponent has been the first to 6 goals. So it's all pointing Fremantle's way. So probably Richmond.
Shit team is shit is what they're saying.
Exactly.
That's fucking incredible. That's
team
great insight.
Team that sucked all of last season and the start of this season, still bad.
It's really unusual because now, hear me out. Do you reckon SportsBet used some sort of supercomputer to crunch those numbers? Or do you reckon they just use a yellow spreadsheet website and go, yeah, nah, still bad?
Probably the yellow spreadsheet website, I'd say.
Yeah. Sounds sensible to me.
Yeah.
Speaking of yellow, a similar color to yellow, orange. I'm picking the orange team in the next game.
Orange team versus St Kilda. I'm going to go for the orange team as well.
Yeah. Even if St Kilda are a little good, I think GWS are a lot good.
Yep.
So the math lines up.
Checks out.
Speaking of previous maths, we said Port Adelaide are probably a little bad. I think Hawk's a lot good. I'm taking Hawk without Will Day, obviously the big news. But Warple and CMAC are tests for this week's game, so that could just be a straight swap. Warple in, Will Day out.
Yep,
potentially.
Yep.
Obviously not a straight swap in what they provide, but I think you'd still take that. I certainly would, so I'll allow it.
Good enough. And what I was going to say is I would dare say that the run for last undefeated team will continue for another week.
Yeah, you take
Hawks, Brisbane, Gold
Coast. Yep. I forgot who GWS lost to.
Hawks.
Too many beers that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on me. Stupid. Yeah, talking about primetime games and Port Hawks. I've been seeing a lot of media about the how there's a lot of tension in this matchup.
Sure.
And given the last time they faced, that's potentially why the AFL have slotted this one there.
Yep. Makes sense.
And based on what was it, round 15 or no, in 15 weeks.
Yep.
So what, round 20? When they play again, I think that'll be the other game up for contention for a nice. Oh goodness gracious! Primetime slot along with the Adelaide Gold Coast game.
Yeah, true. Probably true.
Unless Port are stinky by then, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. I mean, I that could be quite likely. They're not very good right now, so
yeah,
could be quite likely. All right, should we do a quick run through of the special edition Gather Round Guernseys?
Yes, I'm going to put that in the episode thing too because we didn't really cover it in what's going on.
No, we didn't. All right, I'm just going to do a bit of a screen share. So those of you who want to see as we talk along, we'll do our best to describe them, but we will see how we go. I'm going to have to, I think, add this tab back onto the other tab, which is fine. Yep, that'll do. Screen share along, jump over to the YouTube and have a look. Tell me if this is...
Now, this
working.
First screenshot alone...
Yep.
Excited me.
Yep. We've got Luke Miller in the pink and Jack Sinclair in the Saints.
Mullet.
Black and red hoop.
But the small collar
Yes.
It's incredible.
Pretty good.
I don't want to skip ahead. Let's do this in order. Let's move down the page because I'll get too much here.
Yeah. Right. So we've got Adelaide.
I assume this whole thing's alphabetical.
Yeah, it is. They're in dark mode. Sorry, I skipped to the end. They're in dark mode with their updated logo. And
their updated retro style logo.
Yes. And they're very dark navy.
I think this is banging.
Pretty good. Very
this
good.
Is great. It makes that retro logo of theirs really stand out too.
Really
with the I can't tell if it's yellow or orange or a little bit of both, to be honest. But the outline on it's great. It makes the whole thing pop. It's great. If I was an Adelaide fan, I would have this in my wardrobe already.
Yep. I think there's something about all dark color with logo. Just looks good.
It's classic, isn't it?
Same as don't skip ahead. All light color with logo.
Yes,
I think also
it's very. The NFL have a name for it, don't they? Like Color Rush round.
Color Rush. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Gather Round will continue this trend of one-off Guernseys, and I think that will become more Color Rush.
Yeah, or if you do a retro, that's cool with me too. Either way, I'm pretty happy.
Also good. We don't need white shorts for the away team. I will restate this. Just make them Color Rush enough so you can tell the difference.
For example, an all pink short, pretty obvious.
Yeah.
This one's great. Are we going to put him? Well, not necessarily in a tier list, but are we going to do it? Because I don't want to do out of 10. But this is an S. Essentially, is what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, we'll do a tier list. We won't do a number. We'll do a tier list. This is S tier.
Cool.
I think.
Wow, consensus already. What?
Who would have thought?
What an excellent move. Storm the beach with our hot takes.
Yeah. Moving along. Gold Coast, everyone's seen already.
Picked the best photo in the carousel.
I've picked the best one already.
The one of Took sitting on the chair by himself is also great.
There it is. Whoops. There it is.
Local man learns how to use a computer.
That's the main one.
S.
Gold Coast
super
tiers.
duper S tier. I don't know. Like you have to give it S, obviously. It's great. It's incredible. If the pink ends up being anything like the pink on the shirt you're wearing right now.
Very good.
Great. It looked like it in all their socials content over the.
It did.
The last weekend.
First pink Guernsey in history. Love the dark shorts to match the dark logo.
Yeah.
Charcoal, if you will, and the pink socks really cap it off. I have some of the pink collection on right now. I also have one of the hoodies that Took's wearing there. There's a photo you were talking about. Very nice.
Great quality kit. The merch.
Yes.
I think the Suns are doing a really good job.
Yep.
I think when you're not right now, but when you're historically
not very good,
a bit of a laughing stock.
Yep.
Which might be a bit extreme, but when you're historically like that, I think it is important that overall as a club, you're all pulling your weight. And I think even just having marketing, like their marketing people are incredible. Like their photo shoots, excellent,
very good.
They're not funny socials, but they're very well put together.
Yeah,
they're like very much trying to take themselves seriously, and they're doing a good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the merch is quality. S tier all round for the club. Says it right there on the shirt.
Very good. It does indeed. It'll be first look in game of a Guernsey where you can properly see the logo as well, because we haven't had the Clash kit come out yet. I wouldn't hate if this was just the away forever.
Yeah,
but
I'd be very on board with that. You probably want to. I don't know.
One of the official team colours, but
it's fine.
either way, this was what I was excited about in the updated logo, not just the Guernsey updates, but the rest of the merch and collections.
They're kind of modernizing,
it's a great merch logo.
minimalizing at the same time.
Correct. And for those who can see me on screen, I'll spin around real quick and you'll see the giant logo on my back.
Like, it just works.
It's just great.
Yeah, it's incredible. Anyone that talks shit about the Suns home shirt, grow up.
Yep. Like, you can't have a big, I don't know, Geelong Cats logo, cat face on your back. That wouldn't work.
No.
That would be a tough look. All right, moving on. We've, sucked the Suns off enough. S tier. I think we're going to have to rescale these.
No, it's okay. No. Don't worry. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it.
I've jumped ahead again.
This one's good.
Yep. Hawks.
But it's a solid A for me.
Hawks going El Clasico, lots of gold, old style Hawthorn FC logo. It's pretty good.
It's good. I'm going A though, only because it's pretty expected because of the centenary year or whatever.
Yeah, true.
And I don't think it's their best kit this year, because I've already ordered their best kit this year, which is the actual centenary kit that has all the tiny fine print on it, and it's just sick.
I think you're right.
This is a great, definitely more Clash style, more color. Sorry, not Clash. Color Rush style.
Color Rush style. Yep.
But yeah, like, it's good. Like, I wouldn't be disappointed. If I had to wear one.
Yeah.
By any means, I'd be pretty excited to wear one.
Solid A. What I am interested to see is, are they going to get the brown and gold hoops on the socks, or will they just go one color or the other? They'll probably hoop it up, but I wouldn't hate if it was just gold socks.
I got a $25 voucher, so let's go to the merch shop right now and buy something. Oh, there we go. Get ready for Gather Round. It's out now. $130 for that kit, which is unfortunately seemingly pretty standard these days. Doesn't say what socks it comes with. No.
Damn.
The centenary kit in long sleeve, still on pre-order.
Interesting. All right. Solid A, moving on. The D's.
Sorry, just to clarify, the centenary one's on with the collar, which I think, which is a collar on a shirt, banging.
Better. Definitely better.
Yes. Sorry, but D's.
Bringing back the Flamin' Demon, which I enjoy. I like it a lot.
I get that it's retro.
Yep.
I don't know how I feel about it. At least temporarily, I'm going to have to put it in B. I can't.
It's got, bonus points for retro. Oh, I kind of, I don't know if I love the red trim on the short one. I think it looks better like this with the long sleeve, solid blue.
I don't know how I feel about the long sleeve.
Something's not. I think it's okay. Like, it's fine. B's probably right. I do like the old AFL logo on it as well.
That's a nice touch. Yeah,
that's a nice touch. But it needs. If it had, like you said, if it had a collar, it would be better. Even just a little one.
See, I don't know if.
But I don't know if that would help.
90s had a collar though.
No,
like,
exactly.
I don't think it fits it's the problem. It's not retro enough.
It's somewhere in between. My mouse keeps jumping around and clicking on things that isn't where I want to click.
I Yeah, I just looked on their website too. It doesn't look good on the mock up. It like the no
Yeah.
head and arms coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Nostalgia factor, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's not as good as the others.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like design. I think it's not a C for me because it's a retro design.
Yeah.
And obviously they have to work with it.
Correct.
But the Zurich Bank
Yeah,
logo,
I think so.
cutting off the flame head, bit cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, AFL logo I'm fine with. Absolutely okay with that impeding, but a blue rectangle that's a different kind of blue like that is kind of giving me the shits.
Definitely. Worst of the bunch so far.
Facts.
All right, St Kilda.
Smash.
They've gone.
Sorry, S.
They've gone heritage. Red and black hoop. Very, very old school. Very good.
So on the long sleeve,
Yep.
it's a rugby top.
It is just a rugby shirt.
But in the way that also like it's a good look.
I don't know how they've managed to do this, but this is legitimately a rugby shirt because it is baggier than the short sleeve Guernsey as well.
Or do you reckon he just sized up potentially?
He's sized up, or the other bloke's got stitched up with a schmedium.
Yeah, well, and he's kind of pulling it down too.
Yes. Yeah, correct.
My Saints player names knowledge not really clutching up. Is that Oogle? No, that's the other team.
No.
Holy shit! He's the young bloke that everyone loves.
Yeah, I believe it's Jack Sinclair and Wanganeen
Miller.
Yeah. But yeah, this one's definitely
definitely
rugby shirt.
I think it works in both, which is great too.
Extra
Because
points for
obviously
working both.
collar on a short is tough.
Tough one to pull off.
To make it look sensible, and I think the collar is an appropriate size for a short sleeve Guernsey.
Yeah, definitely. Either that or you have to go really big collar. Like proper all the way back.
Grease lightning.
Yes.
Yeah.
But bonus points here, and it works because it makes sense anyway because it's hoops, not stripes. And I always harp on about this pet peeve of mine when you're a striped team, but you got hooped arms on your long sleeve. That's not the way the stripes
on that
go.
A lot.
Yes, it's not how they work. So well done, St Kilda. Another S.
The only well done St Kilda are getting from us potentially this year.
Correct. They are. This top is a white stripe away from being licorice all sorts. Although I wouldn't hate that at the same time if that was part of their usual kit rotation.
I'll allow it
as a clash. Oh my god! I think I'm getting hacked. My mouse is legitimately just jumping around everywhere.
Oh, that's kind of fun though.
Yeah. All right, Sydney. They've gone the opposite of Colour Rush. They've just taken out all the colour.
Which, when you're an away team on Colour Rush Reek, it actually legitimately ends up being like that.
It works.
So it's fine. It's nothing special. Nice touch that it's white and red.
Yep.
For the main sponsor as well.
Yep. That works out very well. They could have lost the box around realestate.com, but that's fine.
They could have lost the box.
They still keep their Opera House, and the red V is technically there.
I think I'm going to have to... I'm going to...
It's not as bad as...
It's not as bad as Flamehead. Maybe an A.
This has to be an A, I think. I think it's about as good as the Hawks one.
I could be biased towards the Hawks one.
Yeah.
If I had to pick two out of the A so far, obviously it'd be Hawks. But
yeah. I like the fact that they've committed. Like it's white all the way down.
Yes.
Top shorts, socks.
They've gone, hey, we're the away team this week. Let's not fuck around and have to wear white shorts and not white.
Exactly. Let's make it really obvious.
They've helped you with your pet peeve. What
Yep.
they've done.
Yeah, in a way that expecting many pairs of pink boots on the Gold Coast Suns this weekend, I would like to see at least a few pairs of white boots to go with this.
That'd be fresh.
Yeah, just all
for
the way
about
down.
5 minutes until they get filthy. But fresh nonetheless. Worth it.
Correct. The Swans
Chad
are going
Warner
to be
white TN boots, or
the Swans are going to be white with a little bit of red for about 8 minutes, and then they're going to be white and green with a little bit of red for the rest of the match.
they're like the opposite of one of those jokes that's like, what's, black and white and red all over, and it's like, like a fucking penguin rolling down a hill or whatever.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, solid A. They've done it.
A, yep. And then last but not least, West Coast. And I mentioned before, if they put as much effort into their games as they do this post, with the amount that's going on.
Second slide is a complete waste of time.
What is the purpose of this?
I think it's meant to look like a retro sci-fi choose your character kind of thing. This should be like rotating.
Here we go. It's moving.
Oh.
There we go. I just had to click
No,
it.
never mind. This is sick.
This is better.
Yeah, fresh. It doesn't have a play button or anything, so I didn't think it was a yeah. I can get behind this, except for the long sleeve. The example photo they have, not the video, but the example photo they have of the long sleeve, it makes it look unusual. It makes the sleeve look funny for some reason.
Is that this photo? The last one?
No,
the
that
second
one.
last one?
The windbreaker in the end is sick.
Actually pretty good. Yes,
How the fuck do you spell Guernsey? Jesus Christ.
It's an interesting long sleeve because it's, a 3/4 sleeve by the looks, which is fine. But the cuffs on it are coloured, yellow.
I think they should have inversed it. So on the gather round jacket
was that
plain blue cuff.
Yes.
That's what the Guernsey should be.
Yes.
But if you did the yellow with the blue stripe
jacket
in the middle, it would be like the classic like tennis jacket kind of cuff.
Yeah, correct.
Which would be a vibe. And look, the collar on this, you can't really tell on the photos.
You can't really tell on
with
the photos.
with the players, but it's like
little pop slightly. Like this little rim.
I'm on their merch store, and it's like one of those shirts that is meant to look like it doesn't have a collar, I guess, but it definitely has structure.
Yeah,
and it is the slightest V-neck of all time in that collar, and I think it looks pretty good.
I'd say it's pretty good. Nostalgia factor for the design. Looks pretty good. Another solid A. I think.
It's a solid A for sure. That's the most solid A of the. I'd go that over the Hawks one. I think.
Yeah. I'd say this is pretty on par for me personally with the Swans kit. For they get cleaners points. These guys get some retro points.
You do get points for being all white.
Yeah, if you.
Oh, that's problematic, isn't it? You get points for
I'd say the Hawks, just because they have to incorporate brown, probably get, I don't know, maybe 3 out of 5 of the possible points. 3/5 of the points compared to the Swans all white.
I don't know what your problem is. The brown is good.
Yeah, but
am I biased?
I'm certainly definitely not making a racial 3/5 joke.
That was so subtle. I completely missed it.
Mm-hmm.
But you love pointing out your jokes, don't you?
Yes, I do. That's the best bit of the joke.
Is explaining them. Yeah.
Although,
that sock. Go back to the sock.
Here. that soccer there.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to see?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't like the fact that they make them short socks now, right? But what you're not getting from this, because of the yellow light, and they're trying to sneak one past the keeper here.
White shorts?
White shorts.
Yeah.
You lost a point.
If the shorts were yellow, no one's going to get confused.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. Just fucking color rush it all the way. You don't need white shorts.
It's not hard. Anyway, we've successfully waffled for 2.25 hours. Do you want to finish up right before 3 hours?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll stop sharing that now. I don't know. What... I got to assess on full kit, right? Or,
You have to assess on full kit.
You probably shouldn't, but I'm going to.
Well, they don't wear the kits as just a Guernsey, do they? So
no, they have shorts on.
Yeah.
I might drop it down to it. I'll leave it at A, but it's the third option now.
Whoa.
Why commit to so much blue and gold and go white shorts? Riddle me this.
That might be fair. Let me get back to it. What colour shorts were the Hawks wearing?
I assume brown, I think.
Nah, yep, brown.
Yeah.
Didn't they wear all brown shorts against Sydney, like, opening round?
I think so.
They colour rushed it with that retro brown, didn't they?
They did.
That was an away game.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It can be done. It seemingly can be done. Just do it.
Exactly.
Stop being chicken.
No one's going to care. And I think, based on pre-season kit, I think the Swans are going to do the opposite, which is also terrible. I think their clash is mainly white with red V, black shorts. What are you doing? But we'll wait and see if that actually eventuates.
It's giving magpie.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's breeze through. Oh, did we do shoeing?
Oh, I'll go back to the well. Hawk.
Okay. Makes sense. As I said before, go pink team.
You taking pink?
Yep.
There we go.
Thank you.
I've written it as such.
Can you screenshot your tips and send them through as well? That'd be good. Thanks.
I just closed the tab.
Tough. All right, let's breeze through the rest. NHL history. Alexander Ovechkin has broken Wayne Gretzky's goal record in his 1,487th game. The Great Eight breaking the Great One's record. I think there's some technicality in it, in that he's now scored one more goal in the equal amount of games as Gretzky, but Gretzky technically scored his record-setting goal and then retired 8 games later without scoring another goal. So, he set the record in slightly less games, but if you're going to break a record of Wayne Gretzky, pretty fucking good. And this is only regular season. This doesn't include playoffs.
Pretty fucking good.
Pretty good. Of note, if you were to count only Gretzky's assists in the all-time leaderboard of points scored, so goals and assists, just Gretzky's assists, he would still be number one on the record list of total points if you only counted his assists. He was more of a passer than a scorer, but he still obviously had the record because he was ridiculous.
There's a sex joke in that.
Yeah, sure.
Ex-co-host Matt, more of a passer
Then a scorer.
The worst part is you won't even listen to hear that zing.
No, he won't. And then a bit of chaos from today. The Vancouver Canucks scored 3 goals in the final minute of a match to tie it up, and then they ended up winning in overtime.
Sorry, go again. 3 goals in a
3 goals in a minute to tie it up from 2-5 to 5-5, and then 1 in OT. Tough look.
I don't
for the
understand
Stars.
how you can physically score 3 goals in a minute.
Well, it doesn't take that long to score a goal, does it?
I assume the clock stops after a goal.
Well, it does, yeah, correct.
And then does the team that conceded get the puck again?
It's just a face-off and it was a centre bounce.
It was a face-off again.
Yeah, in the middle.
So you're telling me they scored a goal in the final minute, I assume the very start of the final minute.
Literally
to really
1
make the
minute
most
left.
of it.
Yep.
Yeah, literally 1 minute left on the clock they scored.
No, literally I don't know when the exact. Hold on, let me go to the exact time. All I saw was a screenshot from 1 minute left, and the score was 2-5. Give me 2 seconds, I'll bring it up.
Sorry, this whole daylight savings ending has meant Emma is going to bed.
Makes sense.
So I just had to say goodnight.
Literally with 1 minute left, so 19 minutes into the final period, they scored, and then they scored 30 seconds later, and then they scored with 7 seconds left in regulation time to tie it up.
That's wild. You can't write it.
Yep.
Because if you wrote that, you'd be thinking, fucking no one's going to believe this shit.
Too ridiculous.
It is too ridiculous. Dallas aren't bad either, are they?
No, they're quite good.
Exactly. Like, that doesn't... Yeah. That's wild.
That's it for NHL. For the chaos at the moment. NBA, there's 3... Most teams have 3 games left. Oklahoma City Thunder have locked up top seed of the West, and they've now registered the most double-digit wins in NBA history with 51, which is a ridiculous stat given, the records of the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. They have 51 double-digit wins, and they still have 3 games left.
And when you take, I don't know, any of the dynasty teams of when we were children or pre us being children, I don't know. Supposedly the Chicago Bulls were all right for a while there. Mm-hmm. Supposedly the Lakers were pretty good. I don't know, the Heat. And you got Oklahoma City just strolling on by.
And their last 3
Stomping
games,
out the Lakers.
They've got the Suns, who are 11th in the conference, out of 15. They've got the Jazz, who are 15th, and they've got the Pelicans, who are 14th.
I was about to guess. Let me guess who else they've got. Pelicans.
So there's a decent chance they could get up to 54 wins, double-digit wins for the season.
Or they could. How many points in between them and the? Oh no! Well, they've already clinched the conference, haven't they? Yeah. Yes.
The Rockets are 13 games behind them in the second seed. The difference in
Jesus
wins
Christ
is 13
Meanwhile, the Eastern Conference has everything down to 10th sorted out, by the way.
Yes.
Just quietly.
Yeah. Whereas the Lakers could finish 2-8 or still somewhere in there.
There is a
lot to be
4
organised.
teams on 47 wins.
Yep.
Lakers on 48, Timberwolves on 46. Kings, I guess, are mathematically, I think the Kings are definitely in the play-in at least, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
Oh, Mavs as well could be, I guess, unless the Suns win 3 games or whatever. But
yeah,
wild,
unlikely. So far, 51 of the Thunder's 65 wins this season were by double digits.
That's incredible.
Well, my futures placed in the off season are looking pretty good at the moment.
Oh, there's no fucking need to jinx that.
Fingers
there's
crossed.
No need.
Fingers crossed. Unfortunately, they don't pay out yet until the playoffs. And,
Jay Giddey's Bulls could still come in from the play-ins, wipe the floor with everyone. Okay,
maybe. All right, and you've got something for football in it.
Yeah, Liverpool watched. They lost a game. That would make it their second loss of the Premier League season. I guess they won't win the league.
Oh dear,
they're done.
How
completely washed.
That's a shame.
Also, just quietly, if anyone like myself really enjoys watching Real Madrid suffer, Arsenal versus Real Madrid highlights from the Champions League are pretty good.
What was the final score?
3-0.
That's a big
no
one.
spoilers, except for, I don't know, I've just told you the scoreline. And also, Declan Rice's free kick is swell. Something that having a stroke here. Obviously Champions League at this stage is a 2-game competition, so Arsenal still got to go and win at the Bernabeu. Bernabeu. I don't speak Spanish, dog. But Camavinga, I think it was, got a red card, got his second yellow in 90 minutes plus 4. So he will not be able to play the next game, which is just
tough look.
Stupid at that point.
Very silly.
It's 3-0. You're really not rescuing much at that point. Just let him have it.
That's very, very silly.
Yeah.
Now, of note and related, because Arsenal beat Real Madrid, the EPL gets 5th place for next season of UEFA Champions League.
Well, not just yet. I think they have to knock out Real Madrid potentially.
It says they're set to be one of 2 leagues in Europe rewarded. It says England is now guaranteed a top 2 spot in UEFA's Association Club Coefficient Rankings, which earns performance spots.
So they wouldn't have overtaken Spain.
Yeah, so it says,
they may have that win may have given them a better club coefficient, but
correct to get at least a 5th team in.
That's wild.
So now the race for Europe goes down to 9th, apparently. I think maybe not. That's a little snapshot they've put here.
Oh, but La Liga doesn't even get 5 places. Who the fuck gets 5 places then? What? If Liverpool are top... Not
Germany, maybe?
EPL... there's no way that the Bundesliga
I'm just looking at current UEFA coefficient rankings. Clubs that start, England and Spain have 7, Italy and Germany have 8, Portugal has 5, and then it says the clubs left. England has 5.
Italy?
Might be Italy.
I'm blanking on what they're called, dude.
Syria.
Oh,
yeah, based on the points. They probably have the other one.
No, they are also 5. Sorry, 4. Currently, at least. Maybe that's already updated. Oh, who knows? That's pretty big news, actually. That's a lot of money. That's BBC reporting that too. Like, that's big.
Yeah. It says last season, Serie A and Bundesliga got the extra spots. Bologna and Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, of course, because they expanded the competition. I'm being silly.
And changed the format, right?
Changed the format. So, yeah, currently it is confirmed to be England at number 1.
Yeah.
They've got the biggest coefficient.
Yep.
Spain, reasonably likely to have the second biggest coefficient, but given that Inter Milan beat Bundesliga giants Bayern, that could be good for their coefficient as well and knock them above. I don't know how many. Oh, it's how many of the league's original allocations are still active.
Yes.
I now see. Liverpool weren't doing England any favours. But yeah, Real Madrid could be knocked out.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't help them. But yeah, cool. That's fun news, actually.
Interesting little
Tottenham
bit.
have still no chance.
Yeah, I didn't even... True. I didn't even open the EPL app to look at that. I was just looking at how many games were left, but that was the first thing, big article on the front page. I was like, oh, well, that's related.
Dude, Man City might play Europa League next season.
Boo.
Unless they get the big points deduction. That's meant to come soon, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's what they said at the start of the season.
No, that was...
We've heard this before.
Was the trial was meant to come soon, but in theory we get a thing soon.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. And then if Villa win the FA Cup, they're guaranteed Champions League, I think.
Has a Prem got one match? How many matches do these idiots play?
What? How many matches
games
left?
in a season?
Oh, 1 billion games in a season, conservatively. 34? 38 match weeks, I think, maybe, actually. Let's go with 38.
They've played 31.
Put money on
Can't
38.
Be 38.
It's 38 match weeks. The league's over end of May. Well, the league could be over before then.
League's been over for 5 months.
League's been over for 31 match weeks. Yeah. So I think Villa get, if whoever wins the FA Cup gets Champions League, right? If the FA Cup winners qualify for the Champions League or Europa League, then the FA Cup. The FA Cup wins goes to. Oh, Jesus Christ! FA Cup winners get Europa League spot. I think that might be the same with Carabao Cup, potentially, or maybe not.
I see.
Do Carabao Cup winners qualify for the Europa League? Champions League? So, on a technicality... Oh, Conference League. What? Oh, Conference League. Yeah, no, it's definitely... Sorry, Conference League. I read the wrong highlighted text. That's on me. So, yeah, Newcastle automatically get Conference League.
Gotcha.
But if they finish in Champions League spots, their thing's going to get passed down.
Yes, correct. To whoever's under that.
So, like...
So it would be the fifth, for example, in the league.
It then becomes the Conference League place goes to the next highest team in the Premier League, not already qualified.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Which is wild. Could go. I think I saw something the other day that was like could go down to 10th. I was like, that's fucked.
That
involves Arsenal winning the Champions League because that automatically gets them in.
Yep.
Again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of wild what could happen. And we've done it. We've hit 3 hours. It's been a long time since we hit a 3-hour episode.
The boys will be happy.
It's the non-daylight savings because it's
it is.
no longer midnight for you if we do for 3 hours.
This is true. It's only 11:05,
which is still going to ruin me.
Yeah.
And I have to pick up Emma from the airport early tomorrow morning. But she has to get up before me in order to get on that plane. And she just said goodnight. So I think I'm in the clear.
Be fine. Aston Villa, 0 goal difference at this point in the season is quite impressive.
Things you legitimately love to see. That's just obviously probably not as a Villa fan. Like as a stats man, that's just a nice thing to see. That's just,
I mean, it's not Southampton's minus 51, so could be worse.
I was about to say, I forgot to congratulate Harry on his team getting relegated. In fun news on that, they have hired an interim manager. Adam Lallana is one of the assistant coaches now. Not sure if he's still playing for at all. I guess not. Yep, Adam Lallana coaching. What a guy.
Do Southampton get another point this season? They're currently on 10. The record lowest is 11.
Who do they play? That's the real question. I just quietly probably don't see it happening. Because there's no one worse than them. Haha.
True.
If we go to the table and I click on them. They could draw, though, actually, to be fair, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could draw, maybe.
Could happen. They're not drawing against Villa on Sunday. They're probably not drawing against West Ham the Sunday after. They're probably losing to Fulham because even good teams lose to Fulham. Their one opportunity legitimately might be against Leicester City. But if Leicester City aren't mathematically knocked out by then, which I think is unlikely as well, if Leicester City are not mathematically knocked out by then, they'll be fighting to hold on for their lives. But given that they're a billion points conservatively behind Wolves, I think they're one Wolves win away from getting finished.
Yep.
So or spoofed, if you will, or spunked.
Spunked. It's not impossible. It's still slightly likely that they may finish with the least amount of points ever. It's also equally likely that those two teams shake hands and, go 0-0. I feel at equal lowest points ever at 11, maybe. There's time for them to not get that record, at least.
Fresh coach bounce, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Big upset against Villa.
Could be on the table.
That'd be wild. All right, should we flip a coin and go to bed?
Absolutely. Your
computer's going to comfortably take 3 weeks to upload this.
Yeah. Your call, sir.
Well, you're going to need to show me the coin first, otherwise I can't make an accurate judgment. Okay, yeah. Unrivaled safety, reliability, and innovation. You buying forklifts?
I've been forking around and finding out.
All right, I'm going to have to go with heads.
Tough luck. Tails never fails.
Except when I call it. I've got the St. Kilda coin curse.
Yes. Yes, you do. Keelan, you're now 21 and 23 lifetime. It's slipping away.
I'm washed.
People saying, potentially.
There's nothing I can do about it either.
It's
all been bad since I picked tails that one time. Like literally, that was the inciting incident.
True, it is actually. Although you should start trending the other way soon.
If I call heads long enough, I'll trend back to even, right?
Yeah, exactly. Statistically speaking, you should probably get a couple wins in your next two.
Until then, I guess I'll just get better.
Yeah, simply do better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see you next week.
Cheerio.